Hey, hey, SBG Solution Based Gang, like, share, subscribe. Say no to rim, brothers, mothers, fear and sell no good suckers. Hype him up, hype him up. Shouts out Sharoon, Bracy, and the Waters. Wake up morning, show salute, big dog, shout out to the Lord. PH, give a salute, Brownsville, SBG Solution Based Gang.
Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Trying to figure this whole thing out. But let me know, am I coming through clear? It's sounding good? I gotta see how it's time zone. I gotta get adjusted to it works everything works completely different. Nothing else is coming through. I'm frozen. Lord, oh my goodness, this is crazy. Ah. Ah. No, I'm not in the bathroom. Uh, Crazy. Into that is wow. Not trapped in a Ah, they put me in the bathroom. Oh man, that's hilarious. No, so Cellulite, I'm actually trapped in the bathroom coming soon. Oh man, y'all got jokes. Babe, can you in the chat? Oh man, I've been having a good time. Uh, it's very interesting in the beginning. Make sure you drop it again, babe. Hopefully, it seems like y'all can hear me very well, but my video is not covered through too good on this side. I'm putting cases on. All right, so I'm gonna have to figure out the video part. All right, so that's done. Right now, y'all, I am not in Korea. I'm a little further out. And this, even to get a frozen version of me, is not an easy thing. And what I would say is this: it's not. Man, this place is so far. It is like same time. Damn. Craziness. Well, that's probably because they trying to find my ass. I don't know. There's a lot of protein out here. They got all types of proteins out here, god damn it. Whatever you want to eat there, eat it, god damn it. Michael, maybe I should turn the camera off. If I was to turn the camera off, I wonder would that stop the choppiness? Maybe that would stop the choppiness. How about this? Is that better? Does that stop the choppiness? Is that better up this way? All right, so maybe I have to do it without the video. Maybe I have to get some kind of like a avatar or something like that. All right, so you think it's better, Kim? All right, so I'll do it like this for the meantime until it gets a little better. And if y'all see the link is at the top, but I can't pin it right now because there's a lot of different things I gotta do too. So whoever's seen the StreamYard link, repost it. Hey back. Yeah. What's been going on as of lately? One thing I do know, man, leaving the country and seeing how other countries are moving is a very interesting thing. It makes you think about America a little different. Everybody is not as far as behind as we think of it. Um, Yesterday, I was in the mall. They selling this car in the mall in China. First of all, let's talk about the mall before we get to the cars. The mall was so huge and expensive. It is huge. I mean, like the scale, even in the major part of the city. And I mean, it is huge. It's probably whatever it is closer to that size of a mall in a small portion of the city. I mean, out of this world technology, the electronics is crazy. If you're using cash out here, that's really because you're trying to do person to person situation. Like you have a cleaning lady, something like that. You'll pay her cash. But even then, you still don't even pay the cleaning lady cash. How I look now, it is so crazy. And so with that being said, phenomenal. I took some footage and everything. The cars are absolutely out. It's frozen. All right, so I'll turn it off. So it's not a QR code. Come back. All right, so let me see if I let me try that. Maybe if I just refresh it. Okay, still frozen. I'm gonna leave it like this. They cars is beyond our cars. So first of all, they got cars that you don't have to touch the door whatsoever. Don't have to touch at all. The full front of the screen is fully LED. It's just and it has a robot inside of the car that you talk to and you Whatever you wanted that car to do, you talk to the little AI, little robot that's in the car, and you tell it what to do. Roll up windows. You could turn the blacked out. It have a full TV, I think like a 45-inch TV in the back, and when you flip that down, your rear view camera turns into a goddamn LED screen as well. Try to turn on the resolution. Let me see. That might work. Hold on, let me check my camera resolution. Hmm. Let me see. Ooh, good. How did that work? Is that better? Ooh, I look grainy as hell. So like the car is out of this world. Everything is um so you could go walk up to the this is the top of the line car. You go up to the car while you it's still freezing and I look like I'm in 2006. Oh man. And yo, so technology is phenomenal. You walk up to the car and you just wave your hand, the car will open up the door for you. All right, so I'll take the video for the meantime till I figure out some more stuff. So you know what I mean? So that's just crazy. Damn near every car is electric. Damn near every car is brand new. I've seen about two American cars, but once you see they car how well it's functional, it doesn't even make sense to buy our cars here. Cars is like so far, it's like the way how I'm freezing and the way how my camera look, that's what our cars look like to them. It look like it's frozen in time. It is very difficult, Myri. Great question. It is very difficult at this very moment to find vegan food. And that's because the things that I'm used to of how to search things up in America, it doesn't actually work here. And so that's what makes it so different. They use completely it's literally like in a I'm in a an alien world. It's a completely different system what they use. Everything is completely different. Nothing what we use is what they use. So even if I was to use something like to Google something, that us as a community to put in these different search engines and look for things and make it more popular by adding pictures, what's cool and what's not. But over here, they don't use, I mean, at all. So that part is crazy. That was a crazy adjustment. Another thing about out here, which I found it very interesting, is the roads are very smooth. I mean, phenomenal roads. It's crazy. Let me see if I got all my things working. So I don't know how to I gotta get back into how I work things over here. Let me see. Good day, Supreme Goddess PH Diva.
What's good? Y'all made
Oh, I
it.
can hear you. That's good. I can hear you, so that's good. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to hear anybody.
All right, so we got that check.
Yeah, we got that part.
Uh, so
Because
how
right
is it?
now, man, it is extremely the very first impression. Which one, Korea or China first?
Do Korea first.
Korea is phenomenal, Diva. I mean,
Okay.
phenomenal. I mean, extremely clean is the
Okay.
first thing I noticed. How clean it was. I mean, it is not a speck of dirt on the floor in the street. A speck of dirt hit the street, and somebody comes, like at least 5 people come and clean it up. Oh,
You so damn stupid.
super clean. Subway is immaculate.
Is it real
Immaculately
packed on the
clean.
subway?
It is absolutely not packed. I
Okay.
went, and when I was on the train, I was there in the middle of the day in a rush hour. Absolutely not packed. The trains run so frequently, and there's no need for it to be packed. You can see straight through the train all the way to the end of the train, which is amazing. It's fully electric, no goddamn conductor whatsoever. It is so respectful on the train too. It's very quiet on the train. Nobody talks on the train.
Dang.
Nobody talks on the train. I was like, oh shit, it's quiet as hell here. So they also have
You should have
charging
brought a little
ports.
New York to the subway and
What
started breakdancing or some shit.
you think that little one wasn't having a good time? See, they was like, woo. I don't know what they
Good.
was actually saying, but they was thoroughly entertained, and they was also like a little nervous to look. Like you could see that like staring and looking upon their culture is not something that they want to do. You
Okay.
know, like, but you could see that they was like, oh, and they was smiling and stuff like that. So it maybe was highly entertaining to them. Also, they have charging ports on the train. Like you could charge your phone. Diva, people will put their phone on a charger and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Completely walk away.
Yep.
I was like, what the what? And on the New York City subway, you can't even you gotta sleep with one eye open if you fall asleep on that train.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was completely amazing. It smelled good.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. I don't know why that
Right.
was so strange, but everything smelled very good. Everything smelled fresh, even the air outside, the train system, everything. It was very. Also, what I found interesting, what I found out later, why to transfer on a train was very confusing.
Mm.
I didn't
Why?
understand a train system at all
Okay.
until I figured out why they had it the way how they did. The reason why they have it because they're so close to Japan, and when they got invaded by Japan, they made it a little bit more difficult for a foreigner to just come and just tear things up. So the people know how to get around and invaders don't.
Okay.
So I was
Okay.
like, oh, I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. I'm thinking, you know, I guess that makes sense. It makes sense for them. So but besides that, getting onto the train, you gotta get like this little card that you swipe in and out of. So we didn't know what the hell to do. So these people they don't speak no English whatsoever. They was fully because we was fully in the city. We wasn't in just a tourist area. We went into the city, and we got completely lost.
Mm.
I mean, completely lost. The wife is tripping. She all stressed out now because she's starting to feel some pressure. Like so, we just walking around in these small little neighborhoods. We went completely off of the main road, and now we are literally in their neighborhoods. And then what happened was we was looking for this tourist spot cafe. It looks really dope, like an Instagram picturesque cafe. So we go there, and so when we when we get to the destination, first of all, Diva, the cab looked at us and said, "Are you sure?" Like he couldn't speak the language, but he gave me that look, like, I don't know. You don't you don't look like you want to be over here, bro. So we get out, and so the owner of the cafe he jumps out right away. Oh no, no, no! You need to, he started talking, but he wanted to speak in very good English.
Mm.
And so he wanted to say, "Hey, I think you at the wrong cafe." He hopped out as soon as he seen his car pull up. You need to go an hour in the other direction.
Damn.
What? So we hop out the cab. The cab was extremely cheap too. It was like a 45-minute drive to this location. And it was like $15
Okay.
in Korea. So getting around is very easy once you start knowing the system. And then so when we get out, we have the coffee anyway. The coffee was delicious.
Okay.
And then I was like, "Hey man, we just gonna walk around. Which way we going? We want to get this thing called salt bread. You ever had a salt bread before?
No.
Absolutely phenomenal. It's like a croissant, but better. It's almost like a pretzel
Really?
and a croissant. Yeah, it's almost like a pretzel croissant, I guess I could call it. Absolutely delicious. So he said, "Hey, make a left, make a right, and you'll just start seeing stores, and good luck."
Mm.
And we went walking, felt completely safe. No, nothing to worry about. The streets was clean. The street was very wide, so a bunch of cars. The sidewalk was safe. When you crosswalk, the actual street lights up green and red to let you know when to cross the street.
Okay.
Which I was like flabbergasted by that. Like, well, how do y'all got the floor of the street lighting up, let you know when to cross the street?
Hmm.
I thought that was phenomenal. It was very easy to get around. The driving, they let you cross the street easily. Uh, Burger King
Okay.
is crazy. Hold on one second. Is somebody trying to get in? Oh, and Burger King Diva. They Burger King looked like a 5-star restaurant.
And got a totally different menu, right?
Complete. They got shrimp burgers. I was like, what you mean? They got this one burger so big, it got 5 patties on it because they went crazy with their burgers. I don't know why somebody want a 5 patty burger, but they have one there. Um, they also have uh this how can I explain? They have these mozzarella sticks that is like it look like you went to Chili's, not like it don't look like a fast food type of mozzarella sticks.
Mm.
That was very interesting. I was like, damn, being of it. Oh, they also have like a steak burger, like it's a
Oh,
steak,
nice.
it's a piece of steak.
Yeah.
Like you go into a restaurant to get a steak burger and they slice it and it's medium rare. How they
Oh,
show it, like it's crazy.
did you go to like apparently their pizza shops are very different. Like they make put stuff on pizzas. You know, they have some extreme pizzas or some wild pizzas to us. I think it was like even Domino's. The guys saw going in. Did you go into any of their pizza shops?
No, so we did when we were stumbling. So now, right? So now we stumble after we got the coffee, right? We got the
Mm.
kids some French fries. So we go back to the hotel for the hotel phenomenal.
Okay.
Oh my God. And I think we was in a 5-star hotel, but it was only like $140 in our currency.
Mm.
And it was a completely immaculate. I mean, like a $200 hotel in New York City is still you might have a rat or a roach.
Not a rat man.
You know what I'm saying? And this $140 hotel was completely immaculate. I mean, like top of the line, like you'll be spending probably like where we at, probably a 500 a night hotel room.
Mm.
Completely beautiful. So everything is really good with the with the service, really good. So now we take all our stuff we get. Now we out late at night because we not understanding how to get to somewhere else, right? So now we are walking around in Korea streets, completely not knowing where to go at like 2 in the morning
Damn.
with the kids. People looking at us like we crazy. Like, what you doing over here with those children? But they said, no, go that way. No, 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 no. All right, so he tells us which way to go. So we go, we want to get some food. And then so we wound up had to eat. I ate some chicken, Diva.
Oh Lord.
I was hungry, goddamn.
How did your stomach handle it though?
Perfectly fine. The chicken was it tastes from what I remember, it tastes completely different. The chicken tastes really fresh.
Mm.
It was this old Korean lady. She was running the store, and clearly, like she just seemed like she's like the auntie of the neighborhood because a lot of older gentlemen was giving her a lot of respect when they walked by, and then when they seen us, they was so excited to see us there. They were saying hi, trying to help us with the menu, which was hilarious. The only thing they could say was seasoned chicken. That's the only thing they could say.
They knew that's what you wanted.
So even if they had vegetable options, I had they was like, look, seasoned chicken. We know.
I
Listen,
know
I
you know what
know,
this is.
and I know you're gonna like this. That's one thing I do know.
That's
And
so
so
funny.
they gave us so we was like, all right, and then so we tried to order two. They was like, no, 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 no. You just need one. You don't need
All
two
right.
because it was a whole chicken. And they put it in like this like honey glazed sweet and spicy sauce
All
with
right.
rice underneath cooked on a hot iron skillet right there. So they
Mm.
bring it nice and cooked and cut in half, flattened onto the table. Also, before they bring you the chicken, they bring like seven different dishes for your gut. So they got kimchi, some other vegetables that is so a lot of marinated stuff, but it's all for your gut. It's like very little
Mm.
pieces just so you eat that before you actually eat your full meal.
Okay.
I was like, damn. Everything tasted fresh over there. And also all your utensils is actually at your table underneath this. So it's a drawer on the table. You pull out, you get clean utensils. So if you
Okay.
drop one, you just open up and it's right there.
Okay.
Oh, the chicken was delicious. Cooked to perfection. It tastes like it didn't taste like you know, it didn't taste like American chicken, if that makes sense. It tastes a little more
Mm.
fresh. The size of the chicken made more sense.
Mm.
The chicken wing actually looked like a chicken wing. It doesn't look like it do push-ups and pull-ups. My stomach was cut. Like it was like I never stopped eating chicken before. Like my stomach was completely fine. No weird farting or nothing. Everything
Well,
came
if
out
they
fine.
loaded you up on the bitters on the front end, then yeah, that's probably a good
Yeah.
thing. Do you know what all they gave you? Like the 5 different things they give you for your gut?
Yeah, it was definitely some kimchi. I forgot what was the name of that vinegar white thing, whatever that was.
I think it was either jicama or yukon. I think jicama.
It was like a yuca type vegetable. Like like that yuca,
Mm-hmm.
Jicama.
a jicama. I think it was a
Okay,
jicama.
I know jicama. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a jicama. It was like a vinegared jicama. So it was for your gut. Like they could say several. It's like for gut. Good. Oh man. So that experience was really fun. And so this is like 2 a.m. and we just walking around the streets. A couple of people outside. They gave us help with directions. We wanted to go to some bars, but we had the kids. It was like, they were drunk. So I didn't want to
Mm.
take the kids at 2 you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
Right.
I
Come
don't
on,
want to do
kids.
that.
Let's go with the drunk.
Right.
Let's hang out at the bar.
So completely safe. The mall was pretty big. It was so everybody was so respectful. I don't know if it's just a surface level thing, but a lot of bowing when you walk by, very respectful in Korea, super clean.
Were
Uh,
y'all taller than everybody?
just it was a gorgeous city too. It's a beautiful looking city. I didn't expect it to be. I don't know. I feel like being in America, and it makes you kind of think other places is far behind, and it's really not.
Well, some places are far ahead and some places are far behind.
Right.
Like one thing
And
we
for
have
me,
go ahead.
mm, go ahead, yeah, because like, I don't know. I never thought of going to Korea, first of all, right? Because it never was on my radar as some place that you should go and see because they are up to par with food and technology and customs and just people being, very safe and all that. That's never crossed my mind. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go there
Okay.
before
So what
because
do
I
you
just
think
thought
y'all will go back?
it looked like it's a beautiful place to live. I'm
Okay.
gonna definitely go back and spend some time there.
Okay.
It wasn't warm though. It was kind of chilly. It was like running weather,
Mm,
perfect weather to go jogging. It was like 45 to 55 degrees, but it wasn't like
yikes.
freezing. It was just brisk. But when you go walking in the street, the sun, it wasn't really cloudy, so it felt nice in the sun.
Mm,
But as
yeah.
soon as you hit in that shaded part, woo, you're like, oh yeah, it's 50 degrees. I was just so surprised at how big of a city it was and how clean it was at the same time. Because
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't understand why it's got the same amount of people as a New York place or Brooklyn or Queens or whatever. That's a major city and it's so goddamn clean. Any major city I ever been to in America is never clean. Spick and span clean.
Miami is clean.
No, absolutely not.
Absolute bullshit, Nick. Now that's one thing. Miami is a very well kept city. The one thing people always say when they come to Miami is beautiful. Miami is extremely clean. I don't know where the fuck you was at.
So if Miami is clean, Diva, like this is like OCD level clean compared to like Miami.
Mm,
Like it's just I was just so surprised how clean it was. I mean, like the park, everything. No trash anywhere. Nobody eating outside, walking. It's a little bit of a slower life too. I see a lot
mm,
of the because I was ready to go get a coffee like 5 in the morning. It's not really set up to go get coffee that early in the morning. It seemed like people do whatever they do in the house. It was interesting to see a lot of people have the whitewash face, especially the ladies. There's a lot of plastic surgery out there, looks like. Even the men do plastic surgery.
mm-hmm.
So they really big on beauty out there. There's a lot of skin products, a lot of spas, a lot of moisturizing your face. A lot of people's face look healthy though. I would say that. They skin look healthy. But you can see they concentrate on skin. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big thing for them.
Yeah, the K Beauty.
You can
Oh,
see
did
that.
Anya go to the store?
She was overwhelmed.
Okay.
Like because everything is private, everything was like we I left the store. I was like, I ain't going through this with you. Nope. We're gonna walk around this mall. We out. Because it got a section for every part of your body to moisturize. And it's crazy. You want to moisturize the foot, there's a whole section of 1,000 different products for you to to read the ingredients to. So Korea, love it so far. I gotta go back and spend some real time in there and check
Mm,
it out.
okay.
A couple of people came walking up on me and wanted to be my friend. I thought that was interesting. One young dude, he came to me. He said, "Man, you look cool." I was like, "Okay." Stars was around too, so it was a lot of people there. I think
Wait, were you taller than everybody?
I thought everybody's gonna be like, they tall, big old 6'7" Koreans, all that. They was big. They
Really?
was regular size. Yeah, they was regular size men in Korea. Everybody was healthy. You did not see no overweight people though, unless they
Okay.
was old. Unless like they was old, like like look like they about 1 foot in the grave old. You didn't see no out of shape people.
Okay.
You didn't see that. They stores really didn't. It was a in the mall. They stores, they didn't really have no locks and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting too. Like you just
So
walk
folks
right
know how
in.
to act.
Yeah, folks know how to act over there for real, Korea. I was so surprised at that. They know how to act for real. Yeah, so Korea was dope. I think Korea is a recommendation for sure. China is a little different. It's a little different, Diva.
What you mean?
All right. So first of all, when we get on the Korean Air on in Korea, that was highly interesting. So they first before you get on, the whole crew that is taking your baggage claim, they bow to you.
All right.
I was like, oh, that's extreme. Every time we walked into the hotel lobby, they bowed. Like the respect thing is pretty big over there. Or maybe we were just in a really nice area. I don't know, but it seemed like that was like the normal thing over there. And so now, so first of all, the baby, the hub polo thing, we had that girl moving every which way but loose, right? So we had her moving. And so with herself, like she's used to running around, but not at this level, right? We did a lot of walking. So before we got a plane, she knocked out. We get on the plane, she knocked out. We get off the plane, and so now I'm struggling with because she's still knocked out. So now we got the baggage claim. We got to go get everything. We got to get through the customs, and we got to get to the passport. I ain't think they was gonna let my black ass in.
Why?
Because when it was time, they asking me all these type of questions. Hey, who you going to see? Why you going to see that? How long you going to say? You said how long? But you said you was going to be there this long for this time. Who is these kids? Take off your shirt. Take off your hat. What is this? A do rag? We don't wear these here. Why you got this? What is it? Let me check.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they was on me. Everybody else is good.
Wait, did
The
they
wife
really
on
say
the
they
other.
don't wear the do rag there? Why do you have this?
Mm-hmm. They
Oh,
was trying to
wow.
figure out
Okay.
what is this thing.
Okay.
They was like, so it was a young child. I think it was her first day. So I think
Hmm.
she just went through the whole protocol list so she could look like she, doing
Doing her
thing. I think
job.
everybody else had this. Yeah, because it didn't eventually she asked me all these questions. You could see a supervisor came over her to watch her, not watch me.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, okay. So she probably like first, second day. So
She
she
taking
just
you
like
by the book.
nervous. Yeah, she went too far to the book. And so so the supervisor eventually came over and he said something to her in Chinese and she's like, okay, you good, you good.
She was like,
You
"Okay,
know what I'm saying? So
you doing too much now."
yeah, that's what he was like. You do a little too much, like, all right. And so, like, as soon as you walk in, you got to get registered. You got to tell them what you got to go down a whole rundown. You got to get fingerprinted. All 10 of your fingers got to get fingerprinted, and your pinky toe. I don't know
That's
what's
right.
I don't know what's special about the pinky toe, but they said no, just the pinky toe. It was very difficult to get just your pinky toe on there.
Wait, are you being for real? They didn't want no damn pinky toe, did they?
Oh, and then so now we get so now so so that went through smooth. So hey, I think we should definitely use the American passport. They are way more powerful because the people with the green passports and those red passports, was having a difficult time,
What's the green
and
and
they
red
looking at me
passport?
like I think green is Africa
Okay.
and the red was Russia.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They was not having an easy time going through at all. It was a
Mm.
lot of questions. I don't know why, but it wasn't so easy. Um,
And
and
you
the
would
crazy
think that
part
they
to
would
South
give the
Africa,
American the hard time, with everything that's
that's
going
what
on.
I that's what I thought. But nah, they ain't trust those white Africans, those greenback. They ain't trust them. They like you Russians and Africans. I don't know.
Gotta watch them.
They argue with them. They argue with them too. Like they wasn't backing down. So it was interesting. So we got through. It didn't even take long. Korea and China TSA was much smoother than ours.
Okay.
Even the domestic flight, us going to Miami, like we had to go like what 2 hours, an hour ahead, right?
Okay.
Over there, it took about the whole thing to get onto the plane was probably like an hour.
Okay. All right. All right.
So
Efficiency.
yeah, they are efficient. Ain't no time to waste it. They ain't playing with their workers. They working. Everything was moving like clockwork. You know what I'm saying? Like it was so beautiful to see that. So now when we get there, the baby finally going to get on a plane and go to China. We was like, babe, we here. She's like, what? Slept through the whole thing.
She said, "I missed it all."
She
Where was
missed it
I?
all though. A whole shebang. And so when we get there, we don't know how to, nobody speak English except for
Mm,
like the people that at the counter. But now we're trying to get on a in the taxi, trying to get from.
right.
So not write just the directions, but write it in their language.
Mm.
And we showed it to him, and he took us right there, and it was really simple. The highways is clean, fast. They take pictures of everything you do.
Really?
Everything you, yeah, it is cameras everywhere. You go take a squat and pee, is a camera up there too.
No damn privacy. Okay.
Okay.
So it is cameras everywhere. You on the road, like every 2 miles or so, is a camera taking a picture of you driving.
Okay.
So I thought that was cool, in a sense, but a little. I've only seen 2 falls. I have no idea it was take off flying. It looks so damn cool. I see why people think that Chinese can't drive. They drive very close. So the way how they traffic works, they use the turn signals and all that. It's not aggressive. It's just that they comfortable with. I guess they really trust their cars the way how they just switch lanes the way how they do. No, I nobody even beeped the horn. I was like, I'm all jumping like what the. And he like, like it was a normal, this is a normal Monday morning. What you talking about? You need to calm your little ass down. I got this. As I got calm, I started to pay attention. This is how they drive. They drive very close to each other like NASCAR. So it looks kind of dangerous for us, but it's like an everyday thing. Because they get lanes is like 5-lane highways. So that's their money. You win. Um, yeah. $4 American is 20 UN, something like that. So to get to where I was going to charge me 200 UN. I wound up like he got us there safely. The streets, because we're not in the major part of Shanghai. We in the crux, Diva. We are with them.
Oh, okay. You with the people.
I'm with the people right now, Diva. I'm not with the tourists that I'm in the hood. Well, not I wouldn't call it the hood, but I'm with the people. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the nice regular people part.
Nice. Okay, so how were y'all able to navigate finding a place to live in the nice regular people part without being from there or knowing anybody there? How did y'all do that process?
So that part wasn't difficult at all because there's a lot of us out here. It's a community of us.
Of Black Americans? Wait, what you said?
And they from Brooklyn.
Really?
I was like, what the hell? He's like, yeah, man, we love it over here. We trying to get as many people, we trying to get as many of our people.
Really?
Yeah. Like, so I would say this apartment, like, but it's very Chinese looking. Like, you can see it's old school. It came with here, it comes with furniture already. You don't really need furniture.
Okay.
So if you go on house shopping, 9 out of 10 times it comes with it's fully shebang, the whole thing, couch, TV, air conditioning, laundry. Oh, they don't have dryers. You got to dry your clothes
What they do?
outside.
Like on a
Yeah.
line?
It's like the way how the windows is designed. It got it pushes out and it's designed for like you dry your clothes outside.
Okay, well you from New York, so you should be used to that.
I wasn't.
Oh, y'all don't dry y'all clothes outside?
Hell no. You probably be high as hell.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, well we had like clotheslines, so like drying your clothes outside, like that's a normal thing for me.
Yeah, and it's very normal. It's like designed in the building shape. So that was very interesting for me. Most of the stovetop is only two stovetops because and a very high because they do everything with woks. And so since usually with how they cook is with one big wok and stir fry everything. So I found that interesting with their houses or apartments, I should say. Two stovetops, no ovens.
Dang, so
Like
y'all
you
finna
gotta
be
go
eating a
to.
lot of stir fry.
So I thought that was in there because they don't really do the bake stuff like that in the house.
So what
So I
y'all
thought
gonna
that was
eat?
interesting. Um.
Stir fry.
So all right. So the first day, so that was cool. And then so the first day we wound up doing probably like a mile walk.
Okay.
It's this huge mall. I mean, the scale of it is I don't even know how to compare, but it's huge. The mall's like the size of an airport. Huge. I mean, like it's ridiculously big. We went there, and so it got we went to it's a hot pot. It's called. So they cook the food right in front of you like a soup, and you pick your two bases. We ordered a mushroom base and a tomato base. They put it there. They put all the vegetables that you ordered in there, and you just eat like family style right at the table. It was seven of us we ate, and we still had more food left over. They also brought us like extra stuff because they recognized we was from somewhere else. That meal, everybody fully stuffed, tried different things, had dessert, had juice. That whole meal came to $50 for seven people.
I believe
I
it.
was I was like, what is going on? So what I realized with China is that it's really food wise phenomenal. So to go back with the food part, right? So I didn't know I gave the taxi cab driver a tip. I gave him 100 UN for a tip. So I paid him 300 UN for the trip. And I had no idea how much I blessed him when I told the people that's here. They was like, what you did? They was like, they was like, man, you wildin'. You could have had
Okay, you about to destabilize the economy already.
the
First day
the
there.
whole thing. Like you wildin'. They gonna think that we all do this, bro. You better chill
Right.
out. I was like, my man, he said, man, you lucky. You could have had him drive you for the whole damn week. Goddamn. You lucky he ain't pull up on you again and say, do you need anything? So he was telling me that in this part of it, so like we still in Shanghai, but we just ran the outskirts where the regular people just start to live out there. He said that 100 UN you gave him, that feed his family of four for the whole week.
Damn.
The way how they buy food from the supermarket. So that's our next trip. We go into the supermarket. Also, they have this thing out here. I guess we could compare it to like an Amazon Prime,
Mm.
and you could order anything off of it. So we just fresh out. So we was like, so the kids wanted to order some new pajamas or whatever. So new pajamas, some fruits to eat real quick because we was here. We would want to be here late at night. And it came 12 o'clock at night. Fresh fruits, seeds in the grapes,
All right, season
pajamas, all
great.
from a store. Yeah, came straight in probably like 10 minutes time. I was like, what the? That's efficient. So late at night. A lot of scooters. A lot of scooters. There's scooters everywhere. Used in China. It is much more. You can see they are a hustle culture. Everything's negotiable. Is negotiable.
Okay.
We almost got my oldest younger daughter, the 11-year-old. She almost got into a fight with this old Chinese lady. She's about to get karate sized.
Not her fighting the old lady.
You just about to fight the old lady. The old lady was feisty as hell. Because so it was, she looking like a tourist. She didn't mean to. She walk around and she bumped the old lady hard, like so the old lady thought it was on purpose. Like, what the hell is going
Uh-oh.
on with you? She
She said, I
did
know how
her
y'all get down
moves.
in New York.
Look, she started stretching. She's like, "Oh, I was waiting my whole life for this. You think you could come and disrespect me?"
That's wild.
So we walking down the street, probably around like 10 o'clock at night. We walking in the street. And we walking past the park. The park is beautiful. A lot of beautiful. The cherry blossoms is live and vibrant right now. So it looks very beautiful. Well kept park, and you see a group of like 10 older. She probably that's where she just came from. 10 to 15 older Chinese people just dancing in the park with their music playing, having a good time.
That's cute.
Walk a few blocks down, and still to the park. The park is very big. It's like on the side of a river, and you see some younger kids, they doing the same thing, but they have like a younger version to it where they all dancing and they doing the same dance move to a younger song.
Okay.
So so that was pretty interesting. They enjoy singing and dancing in
All
public
right.
places, and people just walk on the street and just join in. I thought
All
that was
right.
crazy.
My kind of place.
So you rarely use cash out here. So the only time you're gonna use cash is for like the red and silver taxis, 'cause that's the one I had got into.
Uh,
Uh, so like you use it for that, but cash is not really used out here for real. So everything is kind of like you got to get this app that is connected to your passport, and so you can pay everything
what?
like through that. Yeah, it's
Really?
connected to your passport. Yeah.
They say you ain't
So
getting out of here with a balance, nigga.
look, so they come up to you, they show you their phone, and then you take a picture of their phone, and then you could, then you send the money straight to their phone like a cash app.
Okay.
So you sit at the table and you cannot tip over here. Like that is like kind of disrespectful.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So in China it's like disrespectful to tip. Like, that's not a thing. So that's why they was like, bruh, you gave him 100 UN, you crazy?
You disrespected that man and fed his family for a week?
Right. He's like, but I'm pretty sure he love you though. I
Right.
know he do. And so like so at the restaurants is very easy. A lot of things is it has English right underneath. Oh my god, Diva.
Hmm.
Shit. I went into that bathroom like, what the fuck is this?
Was it the hole in the ground or what was it?
I had to pop a squat. I'm like, oh my god, they gonna be teasing me back at home. I have to sit down to pee. You gotta nah, but you're like really the girls got really pop a squat, the men really don't. But it is on the floor. The toilet is on the floor.
Mhm. Now I done seen that
That
before.
I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. But even if you had the doodle, you had to go and use that as well.
Dang.
hmm Yeah.
But their
Another
bodies be
thing,
made to squat.
absolutely, it makes sense why you always see Chinese people squatting.
Yeah. They bodies have
It
actually like their pelvis has
hmm
adapted to where it's made for squatting. That's why they be like old ass people, but they could still do the squat. And for us, like once you stop being a toddler, you can't squat no more.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. And no toilet paper at all.
So it's just the water, just the bidet.
And they got seashells on the side. There's like some 3 shells on the side that you use.
To do what?
Nah, but they have a bidet. And you gotta put the tissue in the garbage. I did not know that.
Okay, they don't flush.
Yeah, no flushing. So they not equipped with that, at least on this part of town. So I didn't know that, most places outside America, I guess because America is a little bit newer with the sewer system,
Mhm.
we could flush out with tissue like that. But yeah, they don't flush tissue in there. I thought that was good. But the bidet stuff is definitely I'm used to it anyway, so it wasn't no big deal to me.
Yeah, leave you feeling
I think it makes more
fresh and
sense.
clean.
I was feeling fresh and clean. I was walking like $1,000,000 out there.
Right. Got a new pep in your step.
And so the phones I thought was very interesting. The phones are very expensive out here.
Like, do they have iPhones or what? Or they got a different type of
They
phones
got
altogether?
they do have the iPhones for sure. They have all that stuff. They have it. They don't call the Apple Store. Some of them are called Idea, like with the instead of like it's like Idea, something.
Okay.
So they do have a regular Apple Store. I guess you could call it that, but it don't look like our Apple stores.
Okay.
But mostly you see their version of phones. Their version of phones is so much better, at least from the
In what way?
surface level of it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's the phones, they flipped out into 3 different ways and you don't so they got a version of the iPhone that like the Pro Max, but it flips out in 3 directions and it turns into a tablet.
Oh wow. Okay, how
But
much
it's
is
still
that?
this it's like 1400.
Oh. Well
Mhm.
shit, that ain't that the cost of a regular iPhone these days?
Exactly. Right. Exactly. And it's still the same thickness as the regular iPhone. So how they did that, I had no idea.
Wow. Yeah,
And
now
the screen is
technologically
very
you probably don't see a lot of new stuff.
yeah, the tech stuff is crazy. If you have like if we like say me and you have our same line together, we cousins or whatever, we have our line together and we kind of like registered under each other type of thing.
Hmm.
I could put my hand in front of the phone, take a picture, grab the picture imaginary off of that phone and throw it to your phone and it will come to your phone.
What?
S- So I took the picture of you, right?
Uh-huh.
On my phone.
Okay.
I'm holding the phone in my hand. With my
Uh-huh.
other hand, I grab the picture out of the phone with my hand.
Oh, and throw it
You
to the other phone.
and throw it to the other phone.
Well, all right.
I was like, what the fuck kind of magic is that, bro? No text message neither. He just put his hand in front of the camera, grabbed the picture. You see the picture move away, and then he just opened it like he kind of like do a throw motion to the other phone, and the picture was there. I was like, what the fuck, bro? This is crazy. So mind you, this same phone store, Diva, guess what's right next to it?
What?
Inside the same store.
What?
Guess what kind of technology is right next to it? What you think?
The phone store?
In the
What's
phone
next to
store.
the phone store?
What,
In the phone store. I don't know.
what
Tell me.
it's a car.
What do you mean?
They ain't just selling no phone, they selling the car. And guess how you open up the car door?
With the phone?
No.
What?
From like 5 feet away, I could do the same gesture, put my hand out, grab the imaginary door handle, and pull on it imaginarily, and the door opens up for me. 5 up to 10 feet away.
All right. That's cute.
It was cute. I was like, I don't know how functioning it really is. I don't know why you need to open up your door from so far away, but
If you
it
running
was
from
that.
a bitch, yes.
But that's the crazy thing over here. You don't got to because ain't nobody trying to go to no Chinese jail.
They still got criminals. There's some people involved in something over there.
Right. And the technology in the car is just fully phenomenal. So I'm going through the car fully, the seats is 100% plush. This car the whole front of it is a touchscreen. Cameras out the wazoo. When you turn on the blinker, camera comes on. The rear view mirror turns into a camera. The sound system sounds great and everything. I'm like, man, this is a beautiful car. Like it's I would say it's a truck too. So I say it would be in competition with. So I asked him the price, and the price turned out to be for how it listen, if they was to bring their car market to over here. Believe 100% done. And somebody can drop the link in the chat again. I don't know. Percent done if they was to bring their car market over here. Crazy. I mean, it would be insane. It'd be done. Like these cars at all. Can somebody please drop the link? Because I forgot to keep dropping it because I don't have all the controls yet. Thank you so much, Myri. And so yeah, it was only $30,000 for all that technology.
Really?
$26,000 for a brand new, fully functional, top of the line technology car.
But how much money is that to them? Like, how much does the average person earn in, say, a month?
Offered.
Huh?
It's crazy. I got offered something that is great in our money. I gotta find out. To exact because like they telling me that 100 UN, which is
Right.
probably like $20 our money, roughly, right? Would feed. So it's interesting that the car's only $26,000. But it also makes sense why damn near everybody got a brand new car. They have those old cars. So that's the older China people that have the old gas cars. You barely see a gas station, and you barely see a car wash though. So far from what I'm cars.
So they got a bunch of electric cars? Is that
People
what they're
just
doing?
leave. They just leave like dedicated places for the strollers and stuff. People just leave outside and just leave their laptops full brand new MacBook, $3,000 MacBook outside in China. Don't even bat an eyelash.
And so why
I
is
would
that? Like, what have you seen so far about like the culture where people don't, everybody is honorable in that way at least?
between the Chinese and the Koreans. China, they don't care about nobody else. They completely mind their business. You fall down, they mind their business. You leave your stuff on the table. If it ain't theirs, they mind their business. They're not touching. They're not thieves. That's one thing they are not. They are not thieving on the street. Now they do have their own thing where they are doing things to each other, with like fighting and doing crime towards each other. But if you ain't a part of it, they ain't bothering you. That's how they moving. They really like, hey, I gotta go do what I gotta do and keep it moving. I'm not trying to get nobody involved. They very to themselves.
I can respect that.
Mentality. Nobody's really like in somebody else's business. Very high on status thing. The big thing out here, what I'm learning is that they want to know how many languages you speak. Hierarchy of status out here.
Wait, how many languages you speak and what else?
So me moving from country to country right now, they like, oh, that's fire for them. They're like, I was like, what the fuck is a shitoi? Yeah, you talking to? Yeah, so they not into like, if you used to get caught stealing out here, it is something like they look at like you disrespected the whole family. You know what I'm saying? So like they are not, that's one thing they're not. But everything is videotaped out here. Everything, you on camera all over the place. So that part of safe. Mm. Yeah, I need that one. Let's leave that one. So I'm gonna go to sleep. How's that? So it was looking real choppy and stuff.
It was just freezing. I figured it out. I checked the internet. It's this species doesn't have the high speed. The router is set up for higher speed, so she's just gonna change it tomorrow. We'll just pay whatever the difference.
Okay. All right. A bunch of thievery and stuff like that, and they are very efficient with their construction. We went there. We seen this as everything is very articulate and beautiful. Can y'all hear me now?
I don't know
You
if
can hear me,
it's
D?
me or you, but sometimes it'll go in and out.
Okay. So my experience so far, hopefully I'm coming through a little bit better now, Diva. But
Yeah.
my experience so far has been phenomenal, and we been bamboozled bad in other places as we think. For sure, for sure. It is just not. Now I want to compare like I want to go into the rural part. I'm trying to see how the culture is there, how that's gonna be people acting and moving. I want to go check that out and compare that to our deep south version of things and see how that moving. But so far, it's so good, man. Like it's completely clean, which is amazing to me. Feels completely safe, which is that crime stuff over here for real. So that's crazy. But what's been going on this side of town,
Huh? What's been going on with what?
Diva? And plus, I'm trying to get adjusted because I'm already in Thursday
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, and it's Wednesday
over
morning
here.
here. Dang.
Hmm. So what's been going on over there?
Trump still acting a fool. That's basically it, as far as I know.
Was talking about him a
Um.
lot. Like you see him on the TV a lot.
Oh, really?
Whatever he got going over there is affecting Korea a lot. But over here, you don't really see much about it. For real, for
Well,
real.
there's a military base in Korea. And so they be real invested in what we got going on over here. My boss was over there when Charlie Kirk had gotten deleted.
Mm.
Okay, well, too bad. The fuck is wrong with you people? These people are fucking nuts. A big ass Trump and he worked for the city. Nevertheless, anyway, um, oh, but when Charlie Kirk had got deleted, they were over there like having rallies and stuff, and it was just kind of weird
Mm.
to me. Yeah, so like they real
Yeah,
invested in what's going on over here.
yeah, absolutely. He was all over the TV. Like everywhere I was walking around in Korea, see none of that shit. They ain't playing over here.
So,
They don't care about none of that. Like how difficult it is for me to even do this stream. Ain't no you. You heard Diva?
what you said?
Ain't no YouTube over here.
Oh yeah, in China.
Hmm. I'm
So
scared
how
to even
are
say
you
the
able to
name.
be here? So how are
Hey,
you
don't
able to
be
be on
asking no.
YouTube? Oh,
I
okay, okay. My
ask
bad, my
ask no
bad. All right,
questions.
I didn't know. I thought they had some type of workaround. So apparently they have their own version of something like YouTube. Yes.
They do. It's completely different and it's completely in Chinese. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm gonna probably start one of those up and see how that works out. So I could really maybe I'll probably start maybe interacting with some of the locals and stuff like that and see how that works out.
Okay.
And words say that, what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it
That'll be
out, see how
cool.
that's gonna work out. Yeah, so
Mhm.
this way we could, we could compare and contrast all those type of things. I want to see how that works out for sure. No Instagram, none of that. So,
Hmm.
and plus I don't follow a lot of stuff, right? So the way how I could try to get news before is just like I'll go to Bomb Cherry channel and I see what people talk about, understand what's going on. But it's been a little bit, I'm kind of I think people do need to get out and touch grass and realize that we could move a lot more effectively and efficiently if we start if we start focusing on the folk
If we start focusing on what?
instead of worrying about, because I see in the chat somebody said Offset got shot. So like Offset getting shot, I don't mean, what does that mean? All right. Like we shouldn't even really be um we shouldn't even care about, think about the grand scheme of things, that people out here can figure out a way to eat off of a whole week off of $20, bro. You know what $20 get you? You right? You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't feeding nobody for a week, no matter where you at in the country. Even the most for the week. That's a problem that we're not paying attention to. The technology, why our technology is not keeping up. Why you have a car that is at this right now, the same size as a Range Rover, but with all the technology of a Tesla for yeah, no, thank you. No, no, ATM, thank you for, I'm just saying, but that is important part of our news cycle and our thought pattern. That's very interesting compared to over here. They eating, they working. One thing I would say though, Diva, they are strong, easy over here.
Wait,
And
strong
so
what?
on the kids, they put a lot of pressure on the kids
Yeah.
over here.
You went out. What'd you say?
We are fat over here. You the only one that's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
fit in, Diva. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
well, no, you're very slim too. So what do you like?
Mm,
You're bigger than most of the men.
yeah, I'm
I mean, I know
the
you taller, but I'm saying like in terms of like girth, width. Are you?
I'm
You know what?
fitted a little bit more, yeah, than the girls, yeah. Cause
Okay.
like the women over here, you gotta be like thin.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably big to them.
No, you'll fit in perfectly probably with the beauty standard. They don't even care. It don't seem like they really care about the face card like that over here too. It's more of if you in
Well, I mean, face card. You know what? I'm gonna be good.
yeah, they don't seem like that's something that they really like, you know what I mean? That's
They
not their
all look
thing.
alike. How you gonna focus on the face card when everybody look the same?
Hey, but that's to us, because to them, they clearly they be knowing the difference. I thought the dude that was helping me, he left, and another dude came, and I thought I was talking to the same person. Could tell. You know what I'm saying, Diva?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
I-
they can tell, but like their faces just have a lot less variability than people from other
yeah,
groups. They all pretty much got the little
I'm like you
pug
too. I
nose.
thought I would look, because so it was funny, Diva. So like at least four different dudes came to help me, and I swear I was speaking to one person.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they definitely to me and you, but maybe after I spend some time here, maybe that view would change. But yeah, I'm like you with that 100%. They're quick to call a kid fat, and you put shame to my family because you done gained 3 pounds.
Yeah, they be on some wild stuff.
Have like in schools, they do have like a social scorecard. So if you come
Social?
late, yes. So you start off with 100 points, you could gain more points, but that's another 5 points. So you start
Wait a
off with
minute.
100.
So what do you get for these points? Like, what does your social profile give
Right,
you?
but goddamn ridicule and therapist when you get older.
But what are
That's
they
what
using it for? Like, what do they use it for?
like they using it to discipline them to make sure that they stay in line type of thing. So they going past just the words. They actually like trying to make it a part of the system for the kids to try to, do a little more dive into it. But it doesn't look like it does anything but give the kids anxiety to me personally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Yeah.
that's me looking from the outside. So I'm trying to figure that whole thing out. But to me, Diva, straight up is anxiety. That's what it's giving these kids. Like you, you 10 years old, worried about if you got.
That's crazy.
That's I was like, what the F is that? So
Wow.
the
Well, I'm sure y'all
social
go.
what?
Huh?
Yeah,
You
so
had went out.
that's
What
how
you
much
said?
pressure. That's how much pressure they put on the children from birth. Like
That is wild.
no stealing, don't talk back, um and be in shape. Don't give like all these different cues. It's probably why they logical thing is what I'm feeling about. I'm gonna find out my area about the test scores and stuff. But I did get offered a job though.
Doing what?
That's crazy, right?
Doing what?
Hey,
I think you
mentor
went out.
young men. Oh, they want me to mentor some young men.
Oh wow, very cool.
I know.
Some little Chinese
Short
man.
convers. The young boys, yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Crazy. I was like, I only been here for only but I don't know if I don't know what to do with that. I don't know if I'm gonna
What are we
take it yet.
doing?
Yes, that's the same thing I'm trying to figure out. What are we doing? Like you would make a killing out here.
Really? Don't tell me that.
You I'm not even gonna tell you what they offered me, my dumb ass.
Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna have to talk offline. I might be popping up. They let me in.
And plus, you fit in with the of the quota too. The only thing is the language part you don't fit in with, right? But anything
Right,
else,
right.
water. So that's the crazy part. Because you went to damn
Okay.
near every country already. So, and then you have all those degrees on top.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not even
Oh,
somewhere I
really?
ever considered trying to even visit.
Right. Right. Because it's so much information that we don't get from a. It's just so different being here and just seeing how safe it feels over here. Number one, that was the weirdest thing to me. Like you actually feel safer without even knowing no crime stats or nothing, right? You just clearly see is not doing well. They don't look. I don't know how to really explain, but you don't feel that energy from them, you know?
Mhm.
And another thing that I realized too over here, like they don't really have a lot of street lights at night, so it's like really dark. So, and I was thinking, I was like, if I was in Manhattan or something like that, even in Manhattan, I wouldn't.
You a what?
You know what I'm saying? If
What you
I
said?
wouldn't walk through certain parts, I wouldn't walk through certain parts of
Oh,
Central Park if it
right,
wasn't lights.
right. I get you.
It's not even really a
Yeah, we
thought.
some savages over here, baby.
Word, right? That's
That white man done turned everybody into a bunch of savages.
turned them out. Yo.
Damn.
And it's a 2-bedroom, right? One
Uh-huh.
bath. It's
Okay.
probably closer to, I would say, plenty of space.
Closer to what?
3,000 square feet. If I was to do
Oh,
a
damn.
measurement. Big.
Really? And only 2 bedrooms. Okay, wow. That is big.
And what you think the price?
In American dollars, a 3 bedroom over in China, though, I'm gonna say it's probably, oh, this reserved. God damn. How much? Let's say 1,500.
We're in a nice, good price, and we are in a nice suburban neighborhood too. It's a really nice gated community. You got to go through security to get in here and everything.
Okay, how much is it?
Less than 1,000.
Damn. Oh yeah, I might be
So
coming. Let
that,
me sell all my
so
shit.
that, like when you get to like the 1,500s, you in like downtown Manhattan, Shanghai type of thing.
All right.
That's when you start paying like those type of prices.
Balling.
And those apartments is like straight up luxury and everything. What you think? What's the weather over there? For the most part.
Well, here is actually very nice, very cool. We probably what in the low 70s with a breeze and the sun shining, so it is perfect right now.
Awesome. Tomorrow is going to be 87 degrees over here.
Very
Palm
nice.
trees palm trees everywhere. I had no idea.
Me either. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about palm
It
trees in
was like,
China.
oh, so I wasn't the only one because I thought I felt like a little. I'm like, I felt a little stupid. Like they got palm, but like thinking about like man, it's a really big country, so they gotta have, you know what I'm saying. But I didn't expect it to be so warm and the air I thought was gonna be like rough. I thought I was gonna be sneezing a lot. Our experience is cool, very cool. Um, Very surprising that they are willing to just let people live. They don't really care. They ain't no weird care. That's the main thing. They like, hey, I'm minding my own business. Yeah, no smog. I thought it was gonna be like very smoggy, but maybe in Beijing. Mm. Let me read a couple of super chats. We did get some super chats. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so stream on over here.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Did it work? Sure, if they can hear me. You can hear me, Diva? No, I don't think so. Shout out to the shadow, the Titan Watch for $2. Was worried, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for the Titan Watch laughing at me. Say, ha, 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 ha. Make sure y'all dropping the link for me, please, just in case anybody want to just have a conversation. We can talk about whatever. Hank, yes, I did. Thank you so much. I hope you find the hidden cache of RAM. Oh, thank you. Diamonds. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shadow. I cannot repost the link as of right now. I'm still working on that. So through the firewall. It's an interesting thing as well. But yeah, man, we gotta start getting out more and start just going on. Hopefully y'all can hear me, and not just go on vacations, but we also need to travel. I'm starting to realize opportunities out there for us as intelligent people. And the way how people eat and socialize with their families completely different from us. If you shop properly, that's crazy, man. It's just a whole different mentality. The fact of the safety, how $100 phone just lit outside and open, and nobody would take it. The fact that somebody would put a $3,000 brand new laptop in the middle of the park, go for a run that you could do in most places where we from. The luxury bucket list, hey, bars. Smaller. So like a woman that's probably like 130 pounds, she would need a extra large if she had never put the clothes on. Red Scorpio, he said, how do I feel about the Passport Bros still? I think the Passport Bros are still rim bros. They are. I think if you're using your passport to try to have a different engagement for your family, you're trying to build up some more income, spend less money, like make more money and spend less, then yeah, I say the passport situation will be lit if that's what they was talking about. If they was talking about, hey, listen, you could go to another place, spend less money so you keep more money in your pocket, then yeah, absolutely. That would be an awesome take on people to say. But I ain't what they told is about sex tourism and how they could find a way to be with underage. We hear what Corey Holcomb said about Greenland and what Iceland, whichever one it was, what he went over there to do. We see what happened with the kid Ro. We seen what he's doing over there. They were underage. They're not even doing that in the proper respect. They talking about. Welcome to the show, Shadow the Titan Lost. Good day to you, sir. How you doing?
What's up, my bro?
Oh
South
yeah,
Korea,
so
right?
good. I was there first, yeah.
Yeah. Were you near Seoul?
I was in Seoul.
All right, legit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Seoul. Seoul is absolutely beautiful. You will absolutely love it.
No, I know. I went there for a Karen
You
concert once back in like 06. So no,
also
I know it's changed too.
so you know how clean it is. The portion of
Yeah.
food over there was amazing too. So We had the plate of food that we got was a whole chicken, some rice, and all the other things, and a beer. My wife drank a beer. We got the whole chicken, some rice, some vegetables, some kimchi, a beer, and all of that was probably $20 tops.
Yeah, it's
$20
it's a
tops.
different experience. It's definitely different. But apparently they've advanced a lot, and that's good to hear. Like I'm glad to hear you actually been out there.
Yeah, and from Korea to China, it was only an hour and 30-minute flight. So I took another plane. I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? It's only and it wasn't expensive at all. So I was like, you know what? Let's see if they let my ass in with this passport. You know what I'm saying? Uda, I said, hey, listen, uh, I've been in work for the worst thing they can do is turn me around and they're gonna have to fly me back out. You feel me?
Is China the last stop on y'all's Asian tour, or are y'all going from China back home?
So might have got offered a position out here, so that's interesting. So I might indulge in that a little bit more. Yes, I took a plane to China, Uda. So I'm gonna indulge in that and see how that can actually work for me, if it can work for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna explore that opportunity, which is interesting. You know what I'm saying? You just never know where life could take when you just be yourself, man. Like this is why I keep trying to tell people, you gotta take that mask off and go ahead and do things. And so I'm gonna explore that option for a while and see how's that gonna work. I gotta figure out some things on that side and see if I can actually make something happen over here. And also what I'm doing, I'm going to check out some business ventures. So I'm trying to find out an office out here, see if I can actually get an office, if they will rent me an office. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna record all that. I couldn't record me actually get into the country. They very strict on that at the airport. That as soon as you pull out your phone and you act like you got a camera out, nah, they on you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna see what kind of businesses that we can do over here compared to where we at. Cause man, the sneaker culture is completely different over here as well. They got completely different Jordans than us. Like they have a different version of the Jordan 4s than what we have. They have a different version of the Jordan 9s than what we have. What colorway I should say. They Adidas clothes is completely different from ours. Is dope. Like they clothes is fire. So I'm trying to see what we could do with that. Like if that's a possibility, how much the tariffs would be to send things over there and sell it. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I think it's a good business plan. I know a lot of people do it, and if you do it right, like you can hit some real trends.
So I'm gonna check into that. I'm gonna check into the technology. Like why are they phones so much further than us technologically wise? Like is the phone is called, you probably could look it up. It's called the N6, Oppo N6. You ever heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it. Like even the way you
Yo,
described it, it sounds like it was a combination of an iPhone and a Moto Z Flip and Fold. Like it completely
correct. Right.
unfolded into a tablet. That's wild,
Yes.
especially without
They
losing
were
any size.
insane. All weight is not like, it's crazy to me. I was completely, and the fact that a lot of the phone companies, they also make a car. It's weird. So like, just think about if you go into an Apple store, you see iPhone, MacBook, iPad, and an iCar. That's what it's like.
So you were saying most of their cars there are electric now, so they've got like a solid infrastructure for their electric charging stations.
It gotta be. Gotta be. Even the cars that look kind of like old, like they taxi cabs, is a car called Roll. Like so, like so so they got Neo. I'm pretty sure you heard of that technology company, Neo.
Okay,
You heard of
like
it?
NEO, right? NEO.
Yeah, no, NIO. It's pronounced Neo. Right. So they
Yeah, that I'm shocked.
cause is phenomenal. But so they're a technology company that make other things as well. I mean, it's crazy. And they top of the line car competes with a Range Rover, bro. It competes, you know what I'm saying? Like that would be its competition. It was only $40,000 for a fully luxury vehicle.
Wait, is Neo that company that was competing? They made a vehicle that was competing with the McLaren, but it was like $200,000
Yes.
less. But with the, oh, okay, yeah, I remember seeing that in Car and Driver. I thought it was just some Chinese it was a show car. Is it actually live now?
Listen, you go inside the phone store, the car is there, and you could fully go in there, touch it, play with it, and everything. It's
Did
not
you
like
see
it's
any of
off
them on the
limits.
streets though?
Yes.
Really?
Driving.
Man, that
I'm
was
like,
supposed
what
to be a
is this?
concept into like 2030, bro. Like
I'm
they
like, what
jumped
is
that
this?
timeline up.
Quick. These cars is fully functional on the street. I mean, they only $20,000 and $30,000.
Bro, it was a concept 2 years ago.
And so
Like,
the other one
that's wild.
is called I think it's called BYD. The name of the company is Build Your Dreams. They cars is crazy. They all over the street. Those cars that do the jumping and all that, like the car that could jump. That's
You
just
mean the
already,
one with the
yeah.
legs? Like,
Yeah, that's already in the street.
stop it. The one that looks kind of like
Like,
a robotic horse, right?
yo, like it's
Bro,
really
stop.
like it feels like they're a couple of years ahead of us, to be honest, technology
Years?
wise.
Yeah, years is not the right word to use.
Especially the fact that you can walk inside a store, buy a phone and the car at the same time. And fully touch it. You know, most places they don't even let you sit in the car, nothing. They so helpful in trying to communicate with you and everything. The one thing I would say, phones feel like they're more expensive than cars out here.
Wait. What?
I feel because the phones is like $1,400. Like how your phone?
But the car is like 20,000. Yeah.
Right.
I wonder how. Could you even import that car into America, or is it a Chinese regional lot?
So that is a very interesting question. I'm going to try to do some research on it and see if that is even possible. But I'm pretty sure I know with a lot of things with the tariffs, you could only import cars that was like 15 years old or something like that. So that's why the Skyline, it took so long for the Nissan Skyline to get out here before they started making a new American version. We had to wait like 15 years for something like the Skyline. So I think that is probably still in place. So I'm gonna have to check out the tariffs. I just want to see, like, not necessarily I'm going to buy that car and shift it over here just so I could be the only one stunting, but just so we can just know. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it. You're definitely gonna do that.
I mean, Shadow, the damn SUV got a 40-inch TV.
Yeah, like, and that's the whole like front window, right? Like you're really not even driving that car from what I saw. You're basically just sitting back watching TV, and it's doing everything else itself.
So it's crazy, man. I was surprised at that. I was surprised at the scale of a small city mall, like because I'm in like in the suburb part in China, like in the beginning of the, like, I guess you would call it middle class. So like this is more like homey. You know what I'm saying? It's not city. Like I did not like the it's expensive. Like it's like an airport. It's huge.
Have you been to Harvest City yet?
Harvest City. I'll check it out.
No, the Harvest City Mall. It's like, Sushui. Yeah, that you think the Mall of America is big? Harvest City is massive, and they've got everything. It's like Sushui Mall.
And the fact that you don't have to pay, you don't need to carry cash anyway. Even from person to person, you could just, it's pretty much a cash app type of situation.
Yeah, you can. It's a quick pay.
Yeah. Because
Honestly, I think that's a more honest way to do it, and it'll keep people from getting robbed.
And that's why, again, that's why it feels a little bit safe over here, because nobody's really pressed for those type of things. You're not really seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did see the guy when I gave him 300 UN, his eye lit up like, oh shit, you gave me an extra 100, homie.
No, but you got to keep in mind, service is a big thing in like the Philippines, China, Thailand. Service is important to them. You tipping them for something that is in their culture is offensive, and I didn't know that the first time I went to Osaka. But I was like, oh shit, my bad. But when you talk to people, you kind of understand it. So I get it. Like it's super cool though. Like you said, everybody's super respectful. And it's weird because when you're black in those countries, it's very different than it is here. Like sometimes people look at you like Asians here will look at you sideways while they'll actually, they'll keep their distance because you're not Chinese or you're not Korean. But when they're interacting with you, they're very polite. And I think it's more than just a face. I think it's actual like respectability.
I'm not sure. It could be really just surface level for real, right? It could be, but the fact that they display that out in the open is freaking awesome, though. At the end of the day, I don't like, even if you have to fake, at least you being fake respectful to as much as your best of your ability, no matter what your bias is. Because I hear like we see the disdain that they have for our people. Like like the Korean kid, he walked in and then feel no strange way. They wasn't looking at me strange. They wasn't looking at me and the children strange, nothing like that.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like fake respect there. It feels like when they come to America, they're taught to dislike blacks. But whenever they're in their home countries, they're like, oh, they're coming here to be part of what we're doing. I think they believe we're more respectful there. And they think we're just going to kill them when they get here. Like, something crazy like that. But I think you can see the cultural difference between homelanders and people who are actually in America. And it's a stark difference.
And also you can see the difference in like the communication. Like, so a lot of the people, well, at least the ones over here that I was speaking to, they have no idea about Andrew Tate, Red Pill, and all that stuff, right? However, what I did find interesting, right? I'm talking to a young lady, she's from South Africa. And we started talking. She was like, that makes sense why homeboy did X, Y, and Z. That makes sense why he did this, that, and the third. So even though, like, I know people was trying to get on me and say, like, hey, you labeling people that you shouldn't be labeling. It is people that follows these patriarchy red pill talking points without even knowing the red pill talking point kings. So it is something going on that is men across the board we have this fight between the ones that actually want to do the whole get with a woman thing versus the ones that are trying to do this mysterious take advantage of a woman thing. It is a thing. It's not just we just talk about it.
Is China not as traditional as it used to be? Because it was still super traditional and not forever ago. Like, I figured they were still very somewhat patriarchal.
So the thing that people not understand, so now that the patriarchy part, right? The unsafetyness for females over here, that goes with their own community though. Right. So people from foreign women, they are completely safe. But the woman that is from a village over here, that was born here, they could get taken advantage of without the laws really representing them properly.
So foreign women
that
are
makes
protected
sense.
there. No,
Yeah,
it does.
they not protected, but the local men, they know the culture is different. Like, they have an understanding of that culture that they can't do that. But
did you have to go to the consular's office first when you first got in?
That's what you're supposed to do.
No, and I'm not gonna ask no more questions.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you are.
Oh shit. So what I did find is that like, hey, like I think our American people need to go ahead, our brothers and sisters, men and women, we need to go ahead and get our passport. I don't think people understand how powerful our passports are.
Like, I think it's interesting that a lot of people in America have never some of them have never left their city, much less state or country. And I think,
So
like,
for
as a whole, you see the world differently whenever you see in other countries.
So for example, the young lady that's from South Africa, I'm talking to her, and she's like, but how did you just buy a one-way, how did you just buy a ticket without any hotel and saying that you gotta, this is where you're gonna be, like all the things that she had to go through, but she have a green passport. You know what I mean? I bought a ticket, went there, talked to the folk, they let my black ass in because I'm assuming the American thought they ain't asked me nothing because they know that, hey, he ain't he ain't really trying to welfare over here. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't shit.
You know, pretty much that's the mentality, right? They like, oh, we know you ain't gonna try to bum off over here. That don't make no sense. So, you know, like just that alone, like she's like she had to go through wild hoops to get in here. And I just bought a ticket. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go see what this is all about. See,
Girl, what is it? Almost midnight there?
it is, what time is it?
It's 10:10 here.
It,
So it's either 12:10
yeah,
or 11:10.
yeah, so it's 11:10 p.m. over here.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
13 hours difference. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
What
so
was that, an
that's been a
18-hour
struggle
flight?
for me as well. 15
No, you
hours
went to
to
Hong Kong first. Right.
No, I went to Korea first. I went to Korea
Right.
first, and I was chilling out there. And then when I looked it up, I seen it was only an hour and a half to here. I was like, man, let's see what
Before
this
you
passport stuff is all about.
before you fly back, stop in Tokyo. Then come visit. Come visit America and be
Well,
like, hey, I'm just picking my shit up and leaving.
well, then I'm gonna need some more super chats. I'm gonna work it out, Shadow. I'm gonna test out these things, and I'm probably going to see what Disneyland is like over here. I'm probably gonna do that.
Hey, Disneyland Hong Kong is massive. You
I'm
think
not
the
in
one
Hong
that's
Kong,
in
by the way.
Orlando? Where are you?
I'm not in Hong Kong.
No, you're not in Hong Kong. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear enough.
Yeah, I'm not in Hong Kong, and that's a whole different version of China too.
Right.
They try like Cantonese Chinese. Yeah, right. So
Different.
I am going to try to go to Hong Kong because that is one of the gambling capitals of the world. I did not know that. I had no idea. They are Tokyo. Hong Kong is the Vegas of China. I didn't know that neither.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's
Yeah, because in the rest of China, gambling is highly illegal.
I think Hong Kong feels like actual New York, like New York City, New York.
That's what I believe it's going to probably be like for sure, and it's much more expensive over there too. So I'm about to,
like I said, I'm glad you're there, and I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah,
there's not a lot to worry about. First and foremost, you're still black. Like, you're still a fairly fit black man. Most Chinese people are not going to look sideways at you. They're either going to get out your way, or they're going to be like, "Hey, cool." Yeah.
Hey, they're not a scary group of people at all, though.
No, I'm not saying that they're scary, but I'm saying that most of them aren't gonna just jump in at you. They're not unless you're in a spot. Right.
Yeah, but Josh, I was just found out like they're not a scare, like they not what I meant by that is like the way how the TV shows and movie portray them as. They are not that. That's what I was really trying to talk towards.
Wait, you mean like they're not overly strict or overly aggressive?
No, I mean like they're not like overly silly and stupid and scared and afraid to have a conversation. Like, you know, this whole nerd punk type of situation. They ain't that.
No. Like I said, I think the interesting thing is that a lot of people, especially in Asianist culture, want to learn more about you when you go there. Like, they kind of got past the, all black people who come to China are famous or basketball players. I mean, to be fair, you are also a basketball player. So you're going to be like, oh, you tell them I play basketball, all of a sudden they're going to start giving you shoe deals. Yeah.
Right.
So we're going to stop doing that. But no.
So
it's
what's
really...
what's been going on your side, Tom? What's your thoughts over there?
Well, I mean, Artemis... they're still feeding us the Artemis story. So,
what's that?
The moon flight, the one that went around the moon.
Oh, so what's your thoughts on that?
Now all of a sudden, government officials are popping up talking about, well, yeah, aliens are real and they just aren't aggressive to us. And you know, I think they're just making an S show at this point. Like I don't even know what's going on. No.
I believe also y'all could check anybody that has a wrench, y'all could check. Y'all might be actually to pin the StreamYard link to the top of the list. Y'all might be able to pin it. Y'all could check that out. So maybe Natasha, see if you could actually post the link for me, Natasha, and see if you could actually pin it. You might be able to. So now they actually openly saying on news, what's up, Corinne, that aliens is real. They just don't want to really rock. They just don't really want to bother us. That's crazy. And what's going on with this Strait of Hormuz? Are they going to open it? Or are they not going to open it? What's the deal with that? Because as far as I understood, when I was in Korea, I see that he was trying to broker some kind of deal. So I want to know, maybe Josh could tell me how they trying to broker this deal, what deal that Trump is trying to broker, and did Iran let go of the Strait of Hormuz, or they still got control?
So there is conversations happening right now that stop the U.S. strike on Iran. That's what they're feeding us. And it looks like it's viable, but even out here in Dallas, we're getting prices from $3.15 to $4.40 for a gallon of unleaded gas. Man, like I'm looking at one right now that's $3.85.
Woo! Myrie, let me know if you're able to pin the link. Can y'all pin the link? I want to know. I'm not sure if the wrenches, they allow the wrenches to do that. But wow, that's crazy. So all this, he's gonna blow up the bridge, and they what else he was gonna blow up, he said?
The bridge is something else, and now he's holding off on that strike. He's like, now Iran wants to talk. I was like, I mean, they keep going through this talk conversation, but Iran keeps bucking every time Trump says Iran's willing to work. Iran's like, want a bet?
So I don't know how the likes are looking, y'all, because I'm still trying to have a workaround and figure this whole thing out as I'm navigating on this planet called Earth and trying to find new things to just trying to.
You got 57 likes and 43 concurrent views right now on at least the horizontal side.
Okay, all right, that's pretty awesome on the horizontal side. Sheesh.
I think you want
on the vertical side, you said, right? All right, so that's good.
Hold on. So I'm checking both of them for you right now.
So that is awesome. While I'm working this thing out and just working this thing called life, working this thing called Earth, how I'm trying to also do this. Also,
you got 7 and 13. So you got 7 and 13, 47, or 43 and 57.
Okay, so we got like 65 altogether. Perfect.
6 5
And
altogether. Yeah.
that's awesome. And and try to understand this whole thing. And while we doing this, we also still homeschooling at the same time, trying to get in, seeing the sites, doing homeschool, and even possibly doing possible job interviews. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
And it is
And I'm
wild work that they immediately offered you a job. Like that's so American.
that is crazy, right? And you just never know what kind of. I think sometimes as well as the same way how you look at a lot of these places, and we don't even think that we can actually make a killing over there while spending less money off of living over here or over wherever place that you at. Um, we already put horse blinders on ourselves and to believe that people are going to be a certain way because of our own American standard. And we put that on another country. And what I'm learning is the first thing about going to a brand new country is act like you don't know nothing. Because if you put your American assumptions on things into that other country, that's what you could go wrong at. Like for example, when you just brought up the fact of tipping in Japan.
Yeah, and like I said, I think a lot of people just don't think about that. I thought about what you said about how the parents are super hard on their kids, but if
Mhm.
you realize that that's what created the culture that you're enjoying right now, like all those super respectful people, it's super. They're very big on kids have a place. Like, yeah, they will put
Mm.
their foot on your neck for real.
So, all right. So now that part of it, I disagree with. The kids, what I'm seeing, I only have very brief interactions and seeing them. They are very rude, actually. So I thought they was gonna be like super bow down and my elders, nah, they the opposite. If you don't have that status, they are rude to you. I'm talking about the young kids.
Really?
Yeah, they very rude because they feel like they social number like so if they have 108 points and they know that your social points is 48, they're not treating you no respect, no matter if you're a grown up or not. If you're a woman, they giving you even more of a difficult time if you don't know how to demand your space through your voice properly. So they do have a issue with this patriarchal ideology for sure. You know what I'm saying?
And like I said, I think
Even
that's
the
just kind of the culture as a whole, though. But even like you said, when everybody came up to you, like people are respectful in their job duties as a whole. Like
and
I
so
think
like
they take their job seriously.
and so what I was also, I understand that the way how I carry myself, it makes people like, who the hell is this nigga on a nag? You
Look,
know?
there was a Chinese person behind you looking for a horse. They would be like, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx, Jamie Foxx. And how did you
What's
not
up?
realize that you were talking to four
What's up,
different
Danny?
Chinese men, sir?
Yo,
Sir,
shout out. That shit was
bro.
crazy. It's gonna take me a while to get adjusted to it, you know what I'm saying? Because
Somebody's gonna clip that and be like, Sharon's a racist. He says all Asians look like Asians.
Oh man, but so far I've definitely enjoyed the technology and the cleanliness. I don't know if that could be pushed out anymore, how clean this place actually is. That is.
Sharon, have you heard anything?
Shout out to Brownsville, New York. Good day, sir. How you doing? Sorry, Shaw. I think I cut you off, by the way. I'm sorry. But mute up while you taking whatever that is that you're taking out.
Yo, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. First and foremost, Cuzzo, can you hear me? Am I coming through clear?
You sound great.
Yeah, man. Let me take my shoes off before I walk into your room. Peace and love to all the beautiful queens in the chat, man. Anya Bracy, the SBG First Lady, Robin MDB, Shiesty Bum. The Supreme Goddess, PH Diva, Bomb Cherry Juice Rogue, CS Me, Dr. G Sexy Red TV, Reese Cup, Conversations with MJ, Miss Jalen, Genesis, the voice of Venus, the verbal assassin, Dawn, Renee, Keisha G, Maya Reed, Karen Mackey, Zero Tolerance, the victorious one, the real Prism, Natasha Vincent, all the queens, man, all the queens, Beachy. I don't forget about none of the queens every time I hit this platform. I'm making my purpose to lift y'all up, give y'all flowers, and show these men, show these knuckleheads how they should be treating the ladies, the queens, and the women on the internet, man. And peace and love to the kings as well. Can't forget about the kings. Listen, Cuzzo, so since you made it to China, I guess we're gonna have to change your name, man, to Sharon Some Dumb Goy. You know what I'm saying? You know, you taking on a Eastern lifestyle and Eastern persona. And look, man, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you and the fam made it there safely, and y'all are doing y'all thing, traveling the world, you know, not just shucking and jiving on the internet, man. So shout out to you for leading by example, you know, to be a content creator that's about your family, that's about making sure your family is moving forward and experiencing new cultures, experiencing new places. And you know, shout out to you, man. You not just on the internet looking to beef with everybody every day. And you're actually practicing what you preaching. So yeah, man, you know, gotta respect it, man. But listen, you know what I'm saying? You might as well go ahead and change your wardrobe while you out there. Get you about 5 or 6 geese. You know what I'm saying? Get you one of them wooden hats. The wooden hat that Bruce Leroy was wearing in The Last Dragon. Start eating with them chopsticks. You know what I'm saying? Put the forks, knives down, spoons down. Nothing but chopsticks for you from here on out. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, you just gotta totally convert to the Eastern lifestyle, man. Some dumb goy. That's who you are from now on, man. But peace and love, man. But you was asking about you know, this whole ceasefire thing. And
Yeah.
apparently Shadow, Josh, he don't really know. He's not in tune to what's going on. But
Okay.
apparently Trump, you know, he totally conceded to
Mm.
Iran. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Basically,
wow.
they agreed to a 14-day ceasefire, right? And Trump agreed to Iran's 10-point plan, which includes lifting all sanctions, removing the freeze that they have on Iranian assets and releasing that money. And then the most shocking part of the concession is that they withdrew their demand to totally dismantle Iran's nuclear program, right?
Oh.
Now they're willing to, you know, um, negotiate in terms of how Iran's gonna move their nuclear program forward, right? Which is a big slap in the face to our nation, right?
Mm.
Because it was a tragic loss of life. I mean, we didn't gain anything from the point that we started Operation Epic Fury. And all we did
Mm.
was secure losses. We lost 13 service members, according to CENTCOM reports. Almost 400 service members were injured, wounded. Um, Billions of dollars lost during this operation, and that's taxpayer money. So gas prices went up, energy prices went up, and it seems like we didn't get anything out of the deal that made it to where the end justifies the means. So I think once again it makes our commander in chief. I'm gonna be kind today because I don't want you to get flagged or shut down because you in China. So I gotta be careful
Right.
with my words. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
So our commander in chief is really looking like a bozo.
Damn.
After this 14-day ceasefire. And to the point, Cuzzo, that Israel's upset about it, right?
Really? Uh-oh.
Moments after the ceasefire was announced, Israel continued to bomb and continued to strike, right? And you know, Iran is still even able to control the Strait of Hormuz, right? That was even negotiated. Say Iran is still going to control it. And now, just about, I think, an hour ago, it was just announced that they have reclosed the Strait of Hormuz. It was temporarily open, but now they reclosed it because of Israel's aggression, right? So now they're putting pressure on the U.S. to kind of pull Israel back from bombing Lebanon and striking, you know, those nuclear sites and things like that. So yeah, it's looking, you know, it's looking kind of bad, man. And to the
Shit.
uninformed, right? You know, to the to the novices, they'll listen to Trump say he got total victory, right? They'll listen to him say, "Oh well, they've conceded to all of our demands." But if you look at the fine print, you'll be able to verify everything I just said.
Wow.
But peace and love, man.
Man, that's scary. I know Shadow got a rebuttal to that. I know Eden Man gonna hit the link and he got a rebuttal to that. That is a sad, it is a weird thing to see him fall flat on his face. I know people gonna have to start denouncing his leadership, at least with this part of his presidency. I still feel like people are trying to work around it and act like he is doing the correct thing and he's handling everything with grace. I hope he do continue to handle everything properly and get back into the straight and narrow eventually. Now that he's understand that he can't just do whatever he want and people are willing to butt back. Hopefully he'll get back into people. I don't know what I don't know at this moment because like what we're gonna do to get. We need to get on somewhat of a better
Well, the
accord.
problem, Cuzzo, the problem is like brothers, like the dude in the chat who said I was lying, right? These brothers are easily manipulated, easily misled, and easily indoctrinated by lies, right? To the point to where they don't even verify anything
What they
for, you know,
hear.
to make sure it's factual, right? They'll listen to Trump, you know, speak and announce total victory. They'll read his tweets that Iran conceded to everything, and then they'll believe it without even doing any type of a fact check, right? These brothers are sheep, right? And that's the
Wow.
main part of the problem, right? We gotta get our people out of the sheep mentality, and start, you know, getting some type of leadership intangibles that will allow you to do just a basic fact check, right? So if I'm lying, check right now if the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Check right now if the U.S. is in any way in control of the Strait of Hormuz. Check right now if they agree to release those sanctions on Iran in that 10-point agreement, right? Check right now if they are willing to unfreeze Iranian assets and release those funds, if they agree to that, right? Just do a basic fact check, and you'll see what did we get out of the deal. Check right now if Iran has agreed to totally dismantle their nuclear program, because If you go back a few months, you'll see that that was supposed to have been the main objective,
Mm,
was to totally dismantle Iran's nuclear program. That's the reason
that was
why
number
he
one.
said, right. That was the reason why he said it was important that we go and act right now. Right. So
Hmm.
we went and did it. And like I said, 13 service members lost their lives. Almost 400 service members are injured or wounded. Right.
Right now.
Billions and billions of dollars of military equipment has been lost.
Damn.
What did we get out of the deal? That's my question to these black MAGA sheep.
Hmm. So we
What did
need
you get out of the
badass
deal, my
thing.
brother?
We need
Other than
badass
paying
thing to hit
double
that
at the
link.
gas tank.
We need badass thing to hit that link. We need E-Man to help us out because I know he's going to be honest about it. I need BMU to hit the link. I need these brothers that is a part of the train. The Trump is doing the right thing, even with this war. We need Angry Man to hit the link. I need Oak Street Bella to giving you factual information rather listen to a man that's giving you false information and you take everything that that man said as the truth without fact checking him at all. That's what Cuz is talking about. You questioning Brownsville without doing your fact check. But if Trump was to come on and he say whatever he says, you believe him 100%. Like for examples that he just said, of what I'm understanding, it's just atrocious that you will believe that Donald Trump saying that he's winning this war and we didn't get nothing out of it that started the war. The explanation to what is Donald Trump or what did America win from going over there? I want to know. Or maybe I don't know.
As of right now, we lost everything that we went there for. So, look, y'all know where I stand. Y'all know where I stood too. Right now, this is an L. The Strait of Hormuz is closed right now. Yeah, everything Brownsville said right now, I just fact checked.
Okay.
Like it takes a 3-second Google search.
So as of right now, you don't have no disagreement with presented that we don't have no W with what we started over there.
Right. No. Right now, it's still not a W. They still basically have everything they had when we started this war. Except for the leadership.
So, because what is this idea that the strait is closed because Iran broke the deal? What does that mean?
The strait is closed because, like I said, Israel was so upset that Trump agreed to Iran's 10-point plan that the minute that Trump announced the 14-day ceasefire, Israel started attacking Lebanon and started continuing to strike certain sites in Iran, right? So
Iran didn't break the deal. That's what
no, it was Israel, right? So Israel was upset because they like, listen, why are you conceding and just giving up, totally surrendering to their demands, and we didn't get nothing out of the deal, right? So Israel's furious. So they said, no, we still fighting, right? And so Iran said, well, if that's gonna be the case, if Israel's still gonna continue to, go on and be aggressive, then that means that we gotta close the Strait of Hormuz, and until you get Israel under control, we're gonna still do our thing.
Interesting. And I would like to know, because they asking, is your information different from his? You don't have to question his information. I don't understand why you question his information, but you won't question the at all. It is interesting that Trump says he went there to stop X, Y, and Z. Hey, we're not going to put boots on the ground. He put boots on the ground. He said that, hey, I don't know. He's not succeeded on any of the things that he said he was going to succeed on. So I think that is why I don't understand. You could you can have your own version of your thoughts, and you can say, "Hey, but this is my understanding to it." But questioning somebody else's information don't make no sense to me. When you are not questioning the person that is, what's your information? Is your information Trump? What is it? Maybe that's the thing that I'm misunderstanding.
No, but Shadow, didn't you say you just fact check everything I said?
Literally, not 2 minutes ago. Like, I don't understand what we're even arguing about. The Strait of Hormuz is closed right now. Like, there is no question about that. If you're saying that Iran broke the deal, you can Google search what happened. Israel did strike Iran right after Trump made the announcement. So I don't understand the issue. Like, he's not wrong. I don't like what he said, but that doesn't mean what he said is wrong.
Why you think people have an issue with Brownsville spitting communicating what is actually happening from the best of the information that we have available to us?
It's because when Brownsville talks about Trump, he's specifically very anti-Trump when he speaks. So it sounds like there's an implicit bias. So even when he's telling the truth, it sounds like he's putting a 20 on a 10. Unfortunately, he actually put a 10 on a 10. Like, that 10's a 10.
Got it. And interesting that get upset about things that are just truthful. Like, hey, if it's the truth, it's the truth, and that's what we need to be dealing with. From the information that we could possibly get as civilians of this country is what we could go by. So if Google is what we need, then that's what it is. We got to deal on the reports that we can get. If you're not in the military, you Google, you go through all the different researches of what is actually happening around the world, and then you compile it, and then you come to a sense of what's going on. That's the most we can actually do. So the act as if Brownsville or Shadow could Google, and your version of where you get your information is so much better because it's so-called not Google, possibly. I don't know where maybe Cell or Bad Mustangs getting their information from, but if they was to give us some information, I would love to hear it. Go ahead, Josh.
Well, they're getting their information from a liar, right? We understand that Trump lies 90% of the time he speaks, right?
And that's why people have trouble believing it.
The issue is this, Shadow. Here's the issue, right? For some reason, Black MAGA conservatives love worshiping a degenerate, right? Let's put some facts on the table about what Trump has done so far, right? So he nominated Kristi Kreme Noem for the Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, right? And it was found out that she was involved in the trifecta of degeneracy, right? Misusing government funds, and alleged affair, all kinds of things, right? And then he had to end up firing her, right? He nominated somebody for Attorney General by the name of Pam Bondi, right? Then he ended up swiftly have to fire her, right? Then he gets involved into this Operation Epic Fury, in which he's saying, look, there's a threat that we have to quell right now in terms of Iran's nuclear program, right? His own counter-terrorism secretary, the person he appointed to that position, Joe Kemp, he resigned.
Damn.
He said, I can't support him in these lies because there is no threat. Now, you put this guy in position, right? He himself, Joe Kemp, was a MAGA conservative, is a MAGA conservative, right? You put him in charge of counter-terrorism, right? So wouldn't he be informed of the different threats that are out there? And he says no. It wasn't no threat that necessitated this Operation Epic Fury, and he said, hey, if you're going to do that, I'm resigning, right? And then let's go and let's examine Pete Hegseth, right? Now, this guy, and this is my big problem with MAGA black conservatives, right? Because we had a Secretary of Defense, now it's called the Secretary of War. Before Pete Hegseth, his name was the Honorable General Lloyd Austin, right? This brother was a black man. He was a 4-star general. His character could not be challenged, right? His reputation and his experience when it comes to defense and military strategy cannot be questioned or challenged, right? Trump came in, fired that brother, and then put Pete Hegseth in his position, right? Now think about this. Lloyd Austin was a 4-star general, right?
Right.
Is
there any stars that you could get above 4?
Well, you can become a 5-star general, but we haven't had a 5-star general in decades, right? But here's the thing, right? So he replaced Lloyd Austin, who was pretty much overqualified for the position, for the most underqualified person to ever serve as the Secretary of Defense, now called the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, right?
Damn.
His highest rank in the military, was a major, right? Now let's keep in mind this, right? There's 6 ranks in between major and 4-star general, right? So you go from a major to a lieutenant colonel. You go from a lieutenant colonel to a colonel. You go from a full bird colonel to a 1-star. You go from a 1-star to a 2-star. You go from a 2-star to a 3-star. And you go from a 3-star to a 4-star. And that's how you reach the Honorable Lloyd Austin status, right? It's tantamount, it's tantamount to the CEO of Walmart coming into your local Walmart in your area, taking an assistant manager and putting him in charge of all the Walmarts for the entire state. Right? Pete Hegseth was unqualified, right? Not only was he unqualified, listen, he was a degenerate. He is a degenerate in the highest degree, right? Listen, let's count the ways.
All right, let's do it.
He was married to his second wife, right?
That's one.
While being married to his second wife, he fathered a child outside of wedlock, right? He had a kid with another woman who he's now married to. This became his third wife, but he impregnated her, and she had a child while he was still married to his second wife, right?
Wow.
Cuzzo, that same year, and I want Shadow to fact check me on this, that same year, he also settled a SA lawsuit outside of
Florida. Ain't no way.
Now, this information
and that's just one, right?
Right. And here's the thing, right? He did all this, right? And he was still able to replace the Honorable Lloyd Austin, right? So not only was he completely unqualified in comparison to the Honorable Lloyd Austin, but he's also a complete degenerate, right? And the issue that I have with the MAGA black conservatives, right, is they won't speak up about things like this. But then this is the same guy, Pete Hegseth, who has currently blocked 12 promotions of minority candidates for senior leadership positions, including being promoted from colonel to general, right? 12. Unprecedented, right? That put the entire military in an uproar to the point, right, where the former Army Chief of Staff the Honorable General Randy George refused to adhere to Pete Hegseth when he told him to remove those servicemen from from the promotion list. He said no. He said they earned it. They're experienced. They're highly qualified. I will not remove them. So then, guess what Pete Hegseth does? He fires General Randy George during the middle of a war. Right? Unprecedented to fire a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff while you're currently engaged in a war, the highest military leader in the U.S. Army, right? Not only that, he also fired a whole bunch of different generals, right? Including the Army chaplain, who was another black man, right?
That's crazy.
He has a reputation that is a racist reputation, but yet you got these black MAGA conservatives that will still support him and Trump and everything that they're doing, you know? So, yeah, man, I got serious issues with these sheep. Like, stand up and actually have a backbone and be willing to, you know, at least verify what's going on before you just blanketed your support. Peace and love.
And that's interesting. I wonder, you know, they said nobody said that you lied yet. That's the craziest part about it. They would try to deflect from anything that you were saying, but they would not talk about what you just said because it's just so factual that they cannot look up or find any information that is going to negate what you said is the issue that we keep having. It's okay to just say, hey, those things are correct, and then explain what can the person that they picked can do better about these situations, because clearly we believe that is a wrong way to move. And if you don't believe that is a wrong way to move, please explain to me why he should be moving this way. How has it benefit? How has this keep saying that is not a war is just insane to me. All you gotta do is hit the link and we can have a discussion, but I don't know, how can you say that it's not a war? People are dying. We have boots on the ground. Do we not have boots on the ground? Maybe I'm confused about that. Am I confused? Am I wrong about that?
They literally struck a naval vessel. What? Like, that's just crazy talk.
You know.
So why are they saying that we are not in a war? This is like, I heard a few people in the chat already said that this is not a war. Why are they saying that this is not a war?
Because they are ignorant and they don't understand what's going on. That, you know, even if it involves their own country, right? They don't understand. And it's sad that they have such bad understanding. And maybe they're just indoctrinated to a degree that it's almost like the Get Out movie, right? Remember that movie Get Out? Where
what happened in Get Out?
The brother was stuck in his own mind, right? He couldn't get out, and he couldn't, you know what I'm saying? They had total control over him. That's how I look at these black MAGA conservatives, right? They're like the Get Out brother. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, they're entrapped in their indoctrination, in their worshiping of MAGA. And it's sad, man. It's real sad that there's nothing he can do or say that will dissuade them from their support. And at least Shadow is willing to say, well, you know what? I need to take a second look at what's going on. Maybe I have been indoctrinated and I have been given a failed ideology. And maybe I need to recalibrate and rethink and read, you know, look at what's going on.
Now hold up. I didn't say all that now. Hold up. Hold up, sir. I didn't say all that now. I can admit when you're right.
Let me ask you a question. So do you believe that you should now look at things that Trump says and does with more scrutiny now than the way you looked at it 3-4 months ago?
Yes.
And that's all
Yes, I
I'm
can agree
saying.
with that. Yeah, that's
Right.
fine. But
Right.
if you're saying, do I need to change my ideology? I mean, if I got to choose the poison pill or the acid one, I'm still going to look at the one that does the least amount of damage.
Right, but the one who's doing the most amount of damage, at least to people who look like you, is the one that's in charge right now, right? You went from an honorable man, a qualified man, a man that he don't have no kind of smut on his name whatsoever. And General, 4-star General Lloyd Austin, who was the previous Secretary of Defense, now Secretary of War, to Pete Hegseth, totally unqualified, just a major, and a total degenerate. So, Shadow, my question to you is how do you reconcile that?
Ooh, I reconcile it by saying administrations are able to choose who they want to be in that position. I've never said that Pete Hegseth was a good decision. Like I didn't like it when he was chosen to begin with, but I'm also not the president, and the president made a choice, which is fine. But at this point, again, their personal lives aside, it's just what it is, you know? I think to downgrade was a bad decision, but you know.
So you think it's fine for him to hire Kristi Kreme Noem and then fire her because she was participating in the trifecta of degeneracy? You think that was good?
Hasn't Trump fired like 21 people throughout both of his administrations?
But answer the question before you ask that.
No, good? But what I'm saying is that he has a history of doing this.
No, but what I'm saying, right, but that doesn't mean it's good, right? So just because somebody has a history of making blunders and mistakes, that don't mean they should be exempt from criticism or rebuke, right? And say, oh, that's just Trump, that's just what he does. But we can't miscalculate the scrutiny like that, because he is the leader of the free world, right? So we need the leader of the free world to move with more judgment than 50 Cent. Would you agree with that?
No, that's fair. Yes. So here's the thing. Me and you can come to agreements on a lot of things, and I actually do agree with that sentence. Here's where our difference lies. Because in truth, yeah, Pam Bondi would probably still have her job if she knew when to shut up. There were times she should have just kept her mouth shut. If she kept her mouth shut, she would have kept her job. But she let her position run her mouth, and that's what got her in trouble. Because public scrutiny got Pam Bondi fired.
Right, but there was many people saying, well, hey, he didn't vet her properly, right? She was unqualified. There was
but
a lot
also
of red flags
it was also Congress's job to vet her as well. Keep in mind, Trump may have selected him, but Congress has to affirm her.
Right,
and that's a valid point.
Congress? Who controls Congress?
Yeah, I understand that point too.
Right. So even though they know that these people are unqualified, they're scared. Members of his own party are scared to speak out against him. Scared to do things that he would look at as betrayal, right? Even if they're doing the right thing. And that's the issue, right? That's the overarching issue. Is nobody's willing to stand up for truth and accountability and transparency, right? And say and just admit the facts as they are, right? Instead, anybody who is about doing that, they'll try to attack their credibility. And that's a Trump tactic, right? That's why even when, members of the press are asking him valid, legitimate questions, instead of answering those questions, he'll begin attacking their character.
I mean, the media shit show has
took on that same mindset.
I mean, to be fair, the media shit show has been a thing since Trump ran the very first time. So I don't think that's a fair assessment. Like, he's consistently been attacked by the media, so now he just goes on the attack first. Again, you're going to say he's the commander in chief. but he's also one a man to a human. So when you're at these same people have spent the last 20 years attacking him, yeah, he's probably gonna be ready to fight back. At one point, he was like, "I'm not even gonna talk to you. All you do is spread bullshit," and then he moved on. To be fair, that's his personal assessment of what's happened from that person over that time. See, I can differentiate moments versus the people, and he has a problem with that person. If that agency wants questions answered, send somebody different because he clearly has a problem with that person.
So why do you believe? Let me ask you this question. Do you believe it's fair for the average American to have higher expectations than the president of the United States?
Mm.
No, I don't believe so.
Whoa.
Right.
I think that question is asked weird, but I think I know what you mean.
So
Like, should we have higher expectations of the average American versus the president? Is basically what you're asking, right?
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So no, in fact, I think the president should be held at a higher standard because of everything that they are.
And so let me ask you this question.
That position,
right? So let's say you at your current job was getting looked at for a promotion, right? And they wanted to put you in a position of leadership. Do you believe that there are certain things that you would have to augment and change in order to fit that mold of leadership, in order to, uphold the company standard or the city standard to the degree that they're expecting you to do?
Situational. It depends if you're asking me personally or me in general. So
no, I'm asking you.
Right? Is that a generalized statement?
It's a generalized question, but specifically pointed to you
it's
because
directed at me.
Right.
I do my job very well. I'm already in a position of leadership right now. So, like,
right, but
I'm saying
that as you go up the ladder, though, right? Do you have more expectations?
Right. For other positions, would I need to change? Yeah, of course. I would set myself based on the expectation. Right. So there are some expectations, like if I have to do sanitation for City Hall, then there's a different expectation. Or like if there's a director, or if I'm actually dealing with, people on a regular. No, I understand what you're getting
at. And let's say you had, people complaining about your character, right? What if you had people saying, well, hey, Shadow, he's a bad husband. He's out here knocking down all these different women and all these different things, right? Is those kind of things something that would hinder you from getting a promotion, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think companies have ethics and people should represent said ethics.
Right. So now here's the interesting thing, right? So if companies should have ethics and they should have standards that they should examine people by, why is that not the same for the highest levels of public office?
Because then we're looking at a bigger issue now. Now is my standard and your standard the same? Are my ethics and your ethics the same? What you consider wrong and what I consider wrong may be different. And now you got 330 million people to contend with, not just the 13 people at the top of this company. So to be fair, like maybe, as you said, there's a lot of people in America who are generally degenerates. And that's, that is what it is.
No, but they're held accountable. You remember a few months ago, right? To where there was two people who were co-workers, right? And these were white people, white men.
And they were at the concert, right? At the Coldplay concert. Yeah.
Right. One was the CEO, one was the CFO, I think. Right.
Right.
And that was a whole thing, and they received a whole bunch of criticism, right? And then they was held accountable, right?
Were they really held accountable? Like, I know, doesn't she still have that job, but he stepped down because stocks got affected, but she kept her position?
I'm not sure of the details, but I know that they were held accountable to some degree.
I think she lost her husband. No, I don't know. In fact, I think she's still married. They went through something. Like, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about.
Right. But Pete Hegseth, he's able to be a degenerate, but still be promoted and be able to ascend to the highest levels of public office. And now he's firing people more qualified than him, right? He's limiting people for promotions more qualified than him.
So here's where our issue comes in.
He's disrupting people professionally who has achieved a higher level of success than him. All because, right, we got a degenerate who is the leader of the free world, and he doesn't put any standing on moral aptitude, on ethics, on character, right? He could care less. He just wants somebody that's willing to do whatever he wants them to do. And I think, you know, that is a sad example for the future of our direction of our country. Wouldn't you agree? Do you think we should be a country that throws all ethics out of the window? That's a yes or no question.
No, never.
But sadly, that's the road we're going down. That's the reality that we're currently living in right now. So explain.
I can see why you say
if you
that.
disagree, if
okay.
you disagree, my brother, just explain Pete Hegseth to me.
Again,
right?
I didn't agree with Pete Hegseth, so I can't explain the confirmation of somebody that I myself wouldn't have agreed with. So I can't explain that. You asked me to explain something that I disagreed with.
Right, but the problem is the leader of the free world doesn't care who disagrees with him, right? He's going to put in position the person that he believes is going to do what he says and do what he wants them to do, even if it leads to a cascading effect that harms our union, right? The military, right, is worse off now than it was before he took office, right? We have less experience.
Okay. Okay. That's a better statement. I was going to ask you to clarify that.
We have less experience, right? We have less moral standing at the top of leadership, and therefore when you do things and you put unqualified people in positions of a lot of power and authority, that will potentially have an effect that will cause the standards and ethics to also erode at the lower levels. General Randy George should have never been fired.
I agree with that as well. No, I agree with that 100%.
If you look up General Randy George, right, and you look up his record, you look up what everybody has said about him, how great of a leader he was, and all these different kind of things. You look at the people who's being overlooked for promotion, right? I'm just telling you, man, I need y'all to actually take the rose-colored glasses off that's skewing your vision and actually look through things with a clear lens and an objective form of scrutiny. And then you'll see we are in a bad place when it comes to our national security. But peace and love.
And it sounds like a lot of people that is on the Trump side, they want to give him an excuse of that's what Trump does. Whenever they bring up somebody that is a part of at least Biden, They say, but Biden did such and such. And we would say, well, that's what Biden does. That's not. Oh, well, that's what Biden does. No. We should be able to explain why what he did was right, wrong, or indifferent. What's the issue with it? How we need to be moving forward. Why we should move in a different direction. And that's what we need. Brothers that support somebody like that's fine, but have some logic to why you staying on that side. And what we having a problem is, majority of the time when Brownsville, especially when he brings up the flaws of this man's flawed thinking, the or excuse, well, that's Donald Trump and that's how he operates. That is not explaining or holding a position on whether you agree with him or not and what he should be doing to be moving forward. That's the issue that I'm having. And it's clear to see nobody want to actually talk about the issue of him. Z Taz, how you doing, sir? What's your thoughts?
So I just wanted to push back a little bit on that because this is how I see it, right? I didn't vote for Trump. I don't like Trump. Don't support him. Can't stand him. Don't think he made good decisions. And so when I'm talking about him, it's kind of like he's going to be gone anyway in 2 years. I don't understand the hyper focus. It's almost like he's the first president. And it's like in this moment, hey, everybody, let's get together and talk about the current president, and let's not converse in ways as if he's going to be the last president. I think that's my issue with it. Sometimes it just is spoken of like he's the end all. And so because some of us do view it like, that the American people voted for him. I didn't vote for him, but the American people voted for him. So with that, some of us can't make that argument. I mean, he's not my president, but I live in this country, so he by default he would be my president. What he does, though, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why it always has to land in the lap of those who just simply say, "Well, shit, it's no different than the last 4 presidents. Why should I care?" Why is that a bad thing to say?
It's a bad thing to say, Taz, because your use of the word hyper focus as if that's what's going on, but in reality, there's a lot of things that he's doing that's very abnormal to the status quo, the way presidents have been moving for decades, right? When was the last time? Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you a few questions. When was the last time an army chief of staff was fired in the middle of a war?
I wouldn't care. I mean, just being real with you. So I wouldn't know. I would have to look that up. I wouldn't care because we start talking about war in this country. We're not necessarily talking about what's on CNN. This country's always at war. They don't tell us who they bombing. They don't tell us who they drone striking. And so what you see on TV as war is what you're referring to. But we don't know how many people have been struck with drones. It's from Yemen, Syria, the last 30 years. They hit anybody, but they don't call it all war.
Yeah, but see, I don't look at things the way normal people look at things. I'm a combat veteran, right? So I've actually been to war, right? So I understand exactly when I say war, what I mean, right? And the thing that I take umbrage with, Taz, is the unnecessary loss of the lives of service members, right? We lost 13, according to the latest CENTCOM reports. Also, we have almost 400 wounded or injured, right? And we didn't gain anything for those tragic loss of life and limbs and whatever else they're dealing with mentally and physically because of it. I take umbrage with that. I take umbrage when we are doing things in terms of removing experience, high upstanding leaders, and replacing them with inexperienced, unqualified degenerates, right? So I got a big issue when you remove a man that has such high qualifications like Lloyd Austin, right? A 4-star general, someone who's been in many war rooms and made many decisions that have proven to be successful, and you replace him with somebody who's totally unqualified and also a degenerate, right? I got a problem when the Secretary of Defense, now the Secretary of War, is on record blocking at least 12 minority candidates who are qualified for promotions when it comes to the senior leadership ranks, right? I got a problem when they decide to remove the Tuskegee Airmen from the Air Force training regimen, right? So I'm also a black man, Taz. I'm also a combat veteran. So when I see certain things that are attacking black people and also attacking the military and eroding our standards militarily, I have an issue with that. And I think the average American should start looking at things with more scrutiny, because even though you're not seeing all of the effects that these things have now, but you will be in the future. There's a reason why he changed the age of reenlistment to 42 years old, right? What do you think the next step is after that, right? It's gonna be a draft, right? And your grandsons and sons could potentially be caught up in, and deal with this type of erosion when it comes to the military. So, yeah, I think we do. It's not a hyper focus, right? It's just focusing on truth and reality with what's going on today and trying to find some semblance of balance on how we should be able to move forward. And for the record, Taz, I was never really against Trump, right? In fact, I
was gonna say, did he go out or was that me?
Yeah, seems so. Yeah, probably a phone call.
Okay, yeah, he dropped.
So what you thought about that was a pretty can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you.
You can hear me,
Yeah,
guys?
yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I
hear you.
He's back.
I think you going out
Yes,
a little
I
bit.
think you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a phone call. But to land it, Taz,
Go ahead, bro.
I was never openly against Trump, right? He's from New York. I'm from New York, right? I always thought he was a great entertainer. I always thought that he was witty in terms of how he expressed himself, right? With that being said, I never thought he was qualified to serve in public office, right? The same way I feel like 50 Cent. He's from New York. I'm from New York. I love to Get Rich or Die Trying, right? I love the way he was able to move from being a street hustler to being a multi-millionaire, right? But if he decides to run for public office, I would be wholeheartedly against that too, because I believe that he has some weaknesses when it comes to moral conduct and ineptitude when it comes to foreign policy, domestic policy, and all of those different kind of things. So that's all it is for me. It's not a personal attack against him. It's just, hey, why would we want somebody so unqualified and so lacking of moral standing to be in charge of our children's future? That's what I don't get.
Okay, and so here's the thing again. I try to say it a different way though, right? So I don't trust the process I don't think they'll put anybody in that position that will be of great benefit to black people. And so being that I don't trust the process, it don't matter who wins. At some point, we have to deal with the problem being the process, because what happens is people want you to vote. They want you to support the process. They respect the process until their guy loses, right? So now Trump wins, but nobody wants to respect the process no more that they participated in that got him the dub. I don't participate in the process because the process is flawed. The process is created by people who took down those Tuskegee Airmen. The original process is why the Tuskegee experiments happened. It's the process. It's never changed. So we can't suddenly act like now that Trump is in office, oh my God, look what they did to the Tuskegee Airmen. Look what they did to this. Look what this is America. This is what America does to black people. And we suddenly forget, because now Trump in office, that this is America's history of what they've done to black people. But now it's, when I say hyper focus, I mean, we forgot that this is what America does to black people. Now suddenly it's Trump, Trump, Trump. Oh my God, look what they're doing to us. When did they stop doing that to us?
Yeah, so I agree. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you now.
Yeah, so I agree. The process is definitely flawed. Always has been. The two-party system is a joke. And we do need to stand up and get away from the process that would allow these atrocities to happen. I totally get that, right? But we still got to deal with the reality that we're in right now, right? And even with that flawed process, we still was able to have progress in certain areas, right? There was still a certain code of conduct that was expected for the people who upheld the highest office, right? I'm not saying that they didn't have any discretions, because we seen they did have a lot of discretions, and some of them was caught in a lot of precarious situations, and maybe they were doing things improper, but they was putting people in positions who was qualified at least, right? We never had to wonder if Colin Powell was going to make an erroneous decision that's going to cost people lives, right? We didn't have to wonder that, because he was qualified and experienced, and he was of upstanding character, right? So we had some safe haven in knowing, well, even if the leader is corrupt, the people who are in those most important positions, we can trust them to make decisions that's not going to hinder our people. We can't say that now. And that's my
Couldn't
issue.
say that then, Brownsville. Come on now.
So
Because Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. Like, come on, Brownsville. Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. Can we really say we trusted her to make those decisions when she went in there and toppled Libya?
Hillary Clinton, probably not, right? But I'm talking about in terms of the military leaders, right? Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Army, and those types of things, right? And for the most part, the people who was put in those positions of authority and influence that could directly affect lives being lost, right? I think even if you point to erroneous decisions of the past, we find ourselves in a position that things are eroding to a degree that's inherently worse now than it was then. And that's my point.
Yeah, and see, I wouldn't even argue against that, Brownsville. I would not say it's better now in terms of political climate than it was in 08. That's where I would agree with you at. I think Barack's presidency brought forth an era of good feeling. It brought forth an era of people wanting to see good out of politics. Trump's presidency brings doom and gloom. People sad. People hate the goddamn country. Like, it's a whole different aura under Trump. So that I agree with you with. Obama was at least able to bring a level of hope to people. I think that's what he ran on, in fact. Whereas Trump, just hearing his name sometimes is enough to bring down a whole conversation. So I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, and I'm not a Democrat, right? I am a registered independent. So I don't concede to things on the left or on the right. I just like to call balls and strikes as they are happening. And what I see happening now is just a total disgrace to this country in almost every single way. And that's my issue. It's almost like people are ignoring that things are getting worse to the degree that they are right now. And it's a lot of our people being affected by this. And maybe we're not experiencing those effects right now in what we doing, for this country as far as a career and what we're doing for our families. But these kind of things, they start up at a certain level and then they have a trickle down effect, right? So when you put in processes that limit Black people from being promoted to prestigious positions, right? Now that can transcend from the government platform to the public sector, and then also, have those types of things happening. Because if it's okay at the government level, then they'll say, okay, it's okay at the private sector too, right? You see all these different decisions that the Supreme Court is making to back up a lot of the things that he's putting in, action. I just think we got to really start paying attention to what's going on and speaking out against it, and at least putting a sense of fact checking. Because I think a lot of people are just easily manipulated and indoctrinated by what he says publicly and what he tweets or puts on his social media platform publicly, and they're not willing to do any form of due diligence to see if it's true.
Because see, that's what I'm saying when I say hyper focused, though, right? Because again, he's gonna be gone in 2.5 years. I think the more important conversation is knowing the next play, because again, it's not like Black people voted for Trump. It's not like Black people supported Trump. Black people have absolutely nothing to do with Trump being in office either time. And so, our proximity to it is what keeps us in the conversation. But I don't think we should view it as anything other than that's who white America put in office. Like, once again, I'm called a Trump supporter at times because I won't jump aboard the let's cry about Trump train. Okay, my argument is Trump won the election because somebody wanted him in there. That's their L that they have to hold. I don't think they have to hold that L right now because the conversation is greater than those who voted for him. It's anybody in conversation that says, wait, fam, this is what I would say no matter who was in office. Some of us just view it as the political office itself and not the people in it.
Yeah, I agree. But I do think we do need to create some awareness to what's actually happening in real time, right? Because, just last night he announced, hey, I won. We won the war. They conceded to all of our demands. The Strait of Hormuz is open. And we find when you dig deeper and fact check that he was just capping. You know what I'm saying? That he agreed to Iran's 10-point plan. You know what I'm saying? He agreed to release the funds that he had seized, the Iranian assets he had seized. He agreed to, remove the sanctions from it.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think people should fact check before they jump out here saying stuff. I definitely agree with you on that because if you're just taking Trump's word for something, most likely you're gonna be wrong. Trump will say anything, bro. That's you know what I'm saying. That's why I say if anything is like at least know if you're gonna support dude, he'll say anything. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow up on what it is you're about to say if you're repeating him.
And I vote for him, but
You
I
going
think
in and out, Bracy. You going in and out, bro. You was doing that. It was doing that when I was in the chat too. Like it just completely takes you out. We don't hear nothing for every like 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah, I'm out the country right now, so I gotta get.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad, big dog. You know what I'm saying? They halfway across the world. You know what I'm saying? My bad.
I ain't go halfway. I went all the way across. Taz. I'm in China.
Yeah, his name is now Sharon Some Dumb Goy.
Do it big,
That's his
then.
name.
We'll talk about it when you get home. I don't want to say too much, bro. You said China? He said China, right? Yeah, I'm scared for you, bro. Hurry up and get home, family.
Hey, Taz, man, it's feel beautiful over here. The weather is good. Hella safe. And Taz, I think a lot of the black because they convinced a lot of black folks to not vote at all. I think that's what they did. Granted, the ones that did vote, or majority voted for or against Donald Trump, I should say. But what I think they did, they was able to confuse enough of our people to not vote at all into the proper position as well. Because we had more people that was just fact checking. I think it would have won a.
Well, see, what I would say though, this last go round, I just think we was kind of stuck with we was gonna be stuck with Trump anyway, just because Kamala didn't run a full campaign. I do believe she would have had a better chance had she ran a different campaign. I'm also of the belief that Joe Biden would have actually won that election if they just put him out there instead of telling millions of people that he's got dementia and blah, blah, blah. I feel like the Democrat Party themselves made a huge mistake just simply replacing Joe Biden on the ticket. And so some of that I think is that's where the problem starts. She didn't even run a legit campaign. So if nothing else, at least because what I said at the time, Sharon, was if nothing else, if you're gonna do it this way and you're saying Biden doesn't have the mental capacity, make him step down and give her the presidency then. Have him step completely down. Now she is the president running that campaign. Not he's the president, she the VP, she running the campaign for 3-4 months after he drops out. That's an L. Now, if you make her president, she's now the incumbent that's running. See what I'm saying? I feel like they've lost an opportunity to at least have her in the role of the presidency in that moment. If you telling me Biden ain't capable, if he ain't capable, get his ass completely out of there. I didn't understand that.
Yeah. So the Democratic Party are dummies, right? We can have an honest conversation about them too. They are beyond foolish and ignorant because what you said is an absolute fact. If they knew that he was going into that demented state while he was president, then they should have made him step down while he was president and allowed her to become president. That would have made more sense.
Yeah, that would have absolutely made more sense for sure. And
What would have made more sense?
If they would have just made Joe Biden stepped down completely, put her as the acting president.
And then she runs her
How
campaign.
they, yeah, it was ridiculous how she had to try to run that campaign. That didn't make no sense.
Well, they didn't really want her in there, right? She wasn't really the one that they wanted.
Mm. Yeah, that sucks.
But see, because
Yeah,
you're
and that's
saying
where
based on how. My bad. Go ahead, fam.
I'm in and out anyway. Good.
So would you say, because I remember that the endorsements was late, like Obama's came late. It was a few endorsements that they was talking about that she didn't get. But my question would be, who do you think that, because she was VP, so who do you think they could have slid in that position that, you know what I'm saying, that could have, because I just don't think he had enough time to run a legit campaign. So who you think could have slid in there and gave it a better run than she did?
I don't know, but I know that they did not want her. Now I don't know if they wanted Gavin Newsom. If I had to guess, I would say that they wanted him. I think I remember hearing that Nancy Pelosi wanted him, and apparently she run everything. And I'm inclined to believe that somebody wanted him because here he go again, right? And apparently they're behind him trying to, like, he's the one they want to see do it. They still don't want Kamala. And so who would be better? I don't know. But I know that they did not want her. And, apparently they wanted a white male or whatever.
No, that makes sense, because I really don't think they wanted her. So that's what I'm asking. I'm not definitely not arguing the other side of that. Like, no, they wanted her. No, I actually agree they didn't. But I don't know, with her being VP, who would have been the choice to put ahead of her, I guess, considering that she's the sitting VP,
Yeah, I get it.
The dude in Philly, he probably had a good shot, but the Democrats was very weak to begin with to go against Trump. So
Right.
go ahead, cuz.
Yeah, they lack forethought, right?
Right.
They lack the ability to see what's going to happen in the future, right? And so they should have never made Kamala the VP, right? They should have made the VP the person that they wanted to eventually succeed Biden, right? And truthfully, Biden should have never even been the president, right? He was already too old. He was already, to the point that his cognitive functions were being
I'm saying that it's
dementia.
choppy, and the numbers.
Can y'all hear me? Am I going in and out?
They need
or is it just cuz?
No,
that's
Sharon is.
Damn, I got it on mute too, by the way. Let me see. How about now? Y'all can hear me?
Nah, mute don't work in China, fam. Ain't no such thing as mute in China.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but it's the lesser of two evils. Like, both of them are idiotic, and I think when it was clear that Obama era was going to be over, they lacked the strategic planning to get a proper successor for him, right? And had they been able to do that, then you would have never had an entertainer being elevated to the point that he could actually assume the position, right? But
Brownsville just
I don't
you
know
lost
about
me
that.
with that. Yeah, you lost me with that. They had her groomed up and ready, fam. It was the red carpet was rolled out for Hillary. Like,
no, but what I'm saying, that was a
16.
mistake. That's what I'm saying, right? Because they should have known that no, a lot of people didn't like her, right? Number one, just they should have known that was a bad choice, because a lot of people would look at that as going backwards, right? We had Obama, that was progressing forward. Why are we going backwards to the Clintons? So a lot of people felt that way. Then a lot of people didn't like that she was a woman. A lot of people didn't like, a lot of her stances and a lot of the things that she was into. So they should have known that she was going to get the level of pushback that she got.
I disagree,
And
Brownsville. I disagree because if your argument today is Trump is not qualified, I think on the flip side of that, 2016, Hillary's overqualified. She might be the most qualified person to ever run that didn't win. Why? Because I just don't understand why. Because why wouldn't she be a shoe-in? Why wouldn't she be the person that you look at and say, yeah, she's actually the most qualified person in this election? Qualification didn't matter at that time because she was qualified.
she may have been qualified in terms of her government experience, but she was disqualified in terms of public approval, right? I think she and what she believes in and what the Clintons were about caused the fracture, right? It was like some people supported them, some people were lifers, but then some people was like, nah, I don't care nothing what the Clinton talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I think that element allowed Trump to be able to get in there and conduct himself and express himself the way he does, right? And it was like, well, I believe him more than I believe the lies that I'm gonna get from Clinton. That's how people, I think, felt at the time.
Yeah, I don't disagree that Hillary represented more of the same. But again, I guess I'm only pushing back because of the conversation of qualification. If the American people cared about who's qualified, you wouldn't have had the first time because he beat someone who was very qualified.
Yeah, but she had poor public standing, right? They didn't like her. She was looked at as a liar, right? She was looked at as somebody that had an agenda, right? So whether she had all of these qualifications, those people didn't care about that. They wanted someone who they felt was genuine. They wanted someone who they could relate to, right? And Trump represented that because, like I said, he was great when it came to entertainment, right? He always expressed himself in a charismatic way that pulled people in, right? And so that's all it took was for him to be that because she wasn't that. And what I'm saying is the strategic planning that the Democratic Party should have done is they should have picked somebody with qualifications that was also likable. And that's where they miscalculated. They thought that they can just put her in because of the name and because of, her government experience and things like that. But they miscalculated how unlikable she was.
And the main problem that happened that her clitoris didn't fall out. That was the real problem. Liars.
So how do we explain the fact that they spend millions of dollars on consultants and whatnot to tell them what type of decisions they need to make? And so what do you make of the fact that despite the $1 million consultants and whatnot, they have been, as you describe it, to my ears it sounds like they've been inept at sourcing, developing, and putting out candidates. And so what do you make of that?
Yeah, I just think that they're very ignorant. And
Even with $1 million consultants?
even with $1 million
I don't believe that.
consultants,
I don't
I
believe
think
that. And at
they
some point, y'all Democratic people gonna have to accept the fact that both of these people playing on the same team. And all this weaponized incompetence that the Democrats, they can't never do nothing. All of that is by design.
and I don't disagree with that either. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not a Democrat. So, I mean, they deserve a lot of criticism and rebuke the same way the Republicans do. But I think what my concern is how the qualifications when it comes to putting people in these important influential positions that can determine whether or not people live or die. That's my concern, right? That those standards are now being eroded to a degree that can have tumultuous effects in the future.
All right, I gotta
And
push back a little bit. Gotta push back though, Brownsville. Question: how do you not view yourself being independent as taken away from what would have helped to go against conservatives, to go against Trump? Because although we may not be fans of the Democrat Party, the fact of the matter is that is the opposition. That is the only way to truly combat the Republicans. Independents at that high position of presidency do nothing to combat that. So if you're independent, aren't you just working against the other party?
well, so I vote for the lesser of two evils, right? You know, that's how I look at it, right? I'm not for the Democrats or against them. I'm not for the Republicans or against them. But especially when it comes to the national election, right? I vote for the person that I feel can best represent the country on a world stage, right? And yeah, there's not gonna be, sometimes, just like last time, there wasn't any good candidates, right? You had bad and you had worse, right? So when you're left with those two options, I pick bad, right? And I think that's a logical way to approach the political atmosphere that we currently live under, right? Because listen, I know my cousin is in China right now, he's loving it. But Taz, I gotta be honest with you, my brother. I'm westernized. I'm not leaving the United States of America. Right? That's not gonna happen. And I have an opportunity to leave, but I don't want to, right? Because I enjoy this country to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess where I stand is I want our country to remain strong and to remain enjoyable and opportunistic when it comes to the future, because I got kids. Hopefully one day I'll have grandkids, and I still want them to live in the world, in this country that I experience, or better. And that's where my alarm bells are going up, because I'm seeing things kind of eroding and things are getting worse rather than moving forward.
Yeah, there's no argument for that though, in terms of which direction the country is headed in. I think you got to be crazy to say Trump is taking the country in a positive or beneficial direction. I don't see that, so I agree with you there.
Ooh, we cooking up today. I appreciate the help. Me trying to get through the struggle streaming behind the wall, the Great Wall. I'm working on it. I'll figure out. I think the next one will be a little smooth, I think.
Have you
We'll
seen it
see.
yet? Did you see the wall?
No, not yet. That's in Beijing. So that's about, I gotta take a bullet train. The train goes like 300 miles an hour. So I'm gonna take that and go check it out. It surprised me, Taz, the infrastructure, the cleanliness, this how safe it feels, at least upon appearance on the surface level. It's completely different. The cars, how much cheaper it is and how much more advanced it is than the cars that we have. It's crazy. They don't even touch the doors out here.
Hey, cuz, why don't you take some pictures and put it on your community wall? You know what I'm saying? Post it so people can see you know what you doing, and you know what I'm saying, what you experiencing.
Some of these places are. How do they even do some of this stuff is crazy. To me, at least. I was completely surprised. My gasket is flabbergasted. But let me read a couple of the super chats that we did get. Shout out to y'all. I'm not sure if Diva's there, but let me shout out to Corinne Mackey with the 199. She said Sharon Dong Wong. That's hilarious. Shout out to Elite Bell Zone 1. Thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. I appreciate that so much. I want to know this question right here. Why so many of the MAGA supporters are so stuck on the fact that war has not been actually declared, and they saying that's the reason why we're not at war.
I would say because it's really the only out in that situation is to say, you know, we're not really at war, even though you can clearly see the country is at war, but because I guess Congress didn't formally declare war. You know, that's where the bad argumentation and bad faith arguments start. Just being real.
Okay. And that's a part of the whole Trump his skill set anyway, right? He had to make up some BS just because it's not the literal sense of whatever the procedure is. That's the reason why he can have the argument. It's weird to me though. Like, why even have that argument?
Right. I mean, it's bad because again, we looking at fans of politicians and not people that are actually, you know, want to see a better America, or I would even say care about the process. People are fans of Trump, and you know what I'm saying, that's why I think the Trump supporters get so much smoke, because they don't care about the process, they care about Trump. So you know, they kind of in the way. You know, because again, he's not.
Hey Taz,
ahead,
I gave a dude 100 UN, and they told me, the locals over there told me that he's able to feed his family of 4 for the whole week with that. That's crazy. And mind you, that 100 UN's around like $20 something US. That's crazy.
Set his family for the whole week.
Damn. A week. That's crazy to me. I went out. Tops for 7 people.
That's different though. That's different. I think when you raised in that culture though, you don't look to, you don't have to go to Ruth Chris and shit, because it don't even exist.
But they hella bougie though, Taz. I ain't gonna front. They hella bougie out here though. They name brand to the core, like they name brand whores for real. They try to
real?
Yeah, they try to put every name brand on their body. They try.
Wow, that's interesting, bro. That's interesting.
That's what they known for. They go to other countries and bust them all wide open. Yeah, they do.
So wait, so why is it then that, like, because a person like myself that only kind of look at geopolitics, don't really look at the people as much, why is it always presented that their people are like sheltered or don't get all the information on the outside world? Why is it presented like that then?
Because they only get Chinese, they only concerned with their people. They don't like, so when I was just in Korea, I seen a lot of US news. Well, as soon as I got here, all that shit stopped. It was nothing but China news. That's it. You don't get no
and
outside.
That's it. There is no world outside. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's why they say that. Yeah,
there is no outside.
And I thought they was like some. I thought they was like some, like, you know, when we watch these movies and they show the Chinese man, you know, just nerdy, weak, glasses, small, everything. You gotta bow your head down to get into a apartment and stuff like that. It ain't like that at all. Most of the men are normal size. I've seen a couple of 6'4" Chinese men and everything. It is not. And the main thing I'm really surprised by how clean it is with the amount of people that are here. It is so clean.
Well, that's good. Cause this was a few years ago though. The sanitation workers had been working for 9 months without getting paid.
Over here?
Yeah,
Come on, in
China.
China?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, it be
wow.
some wild shit going on over there.
Wait,
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I
it is.
actually follow several channels on YouTube that present like China news or whatever. So yeah, I be seeing some of what they got going on over there. Not a whole lot, but
that
And
sounds
like
like they on a little version of a government shutdown.
so like that is interesting. I definitely want to find out more about that type of stuff too. They don't use cash. They don't use cash at all. Ain't nobody got no money in their hand, I should say. Everything is like through this thing called either WeChat or Alipay. It's like a Cash App type of transaction. Hey, do you go to a restaurant? You just Cash App them.
You say no cash? It's a cashless society for real?
It's like you don't need it at all.
Damn.
At all.
It make me think like some of the stuff that people say is going to happen here, that they're saying it because it's already happened in other places. Because people be saying some of that stuff, bro, making it sound like they're ahead of the curve or something. But in reality, America is so far behind. It's sometimes it sounds like.
Yeah,
You
that's
said they ain't even touching the doorknobs. That's wild.
Taz, I only seen 2 American cars out here, and when you see they cars, it makes sense. They cars is so much more advanced. I've seen 10 car companies that I never heard of a day in my life.
10 car companies
That I
only
never even
operate
heard
there.
of. Yeah.
Damn.
And they fire. They fire. And like this one truck they got, if they was to bring that out here, Range Rover is done. You can't even sell a Range Rover no more. It's that good. Horsepower, the way how it looks, the functionality, everything. Like it wouldn't even, the Range Rover even compete. And it's about it's half the price. So that the car that is in competition with the Range Rover, like a $140, the top of the line Range Rover, brand new. This car was $70,000. It's crazy. And when I'm talking about top of the line, I'm talking about everything plus the window tint. You can either have it tint or you press a button or you talk to it and it will tint it black out for you if you want to. Just by talking to it. Like I don't even see a car in America that had tint where it could go fishbowl to fully blacked out tint. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what you saying on its own.
On its own. I was like,
Yeah,
what
that's
you
fire.
talking about? I was like, how much is that? 70,000. You tripping? That's a used car where we at.
You saying 70 US?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the back seat's fully laid down like a Maybach.
The
40, it's
Maybach.
like a 40. Yeah, it's like a 40-inch. Oh, that shit is crazy. And then the cost that's like 26,000. Fire.
okay. So then why the internet spotty over there? You know, I know that they got a lot of technology, but like why the internet spotty?
It's because I didn't I gotta order the right one, so I gotta do better at navigating over here.
Okay.
Cause I just
Okay, so
yeah,
you
I
just don't
just
have the right equipment. Okay.
yeah, I don't have the right stuff yet. I just like, oh, internet good. And they just gonna say yeah. They don't care. Yep, you got internet. Is this the fastest? Yeah, sure. Then I looked it up. It's the slowest.
Oh, so they scamming over there too, huh? Listen, man,
That's
you gotta
wild.
be careful.
Yeah,
Got the
and you just
slowest.
gotta get I gotta get better with community. So a lot of them seem like they might not be they might just not have the confidence, but a lot of people speak English. So enough where you could get around. The roads is smooth. That's another thing that tripped me out. I don't know why, but it tripped me out how because there's so many vehicles and the weather is warm. It's 87 degrees. They got palm trees. I thought that was weird. I was like, "What? Y'all got palm trees?" I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why that shocked me, but it did.
So what is it like 3, 4 in the morning over there?
Yes, it's already Thursday. Yeah, it is 1 in the morning Thursday.
So how are you adjusting to the time change?
Not too good yet. Because we do a lot in the daytime as well. We trying to move around and see how things is moving out here and checking things out. So I don't know, but I get really good deep sleep. So I'm all right. But I'm kind of used to working off of 4 to 6 hours of sleep. That's all I really need. The food is big portions, so I'm getting to eat. I don't eat as much. I eat more one time than the 3 meals I usually eat. I don't know why, but the portions are different. And the food, because Taz, I ate chicken for the first time in 10 years, by the way. And the food over here, it doesn't like make you feel full. It makes you just feel satisfied. It's more difficult to find grapes without seeds than the other way. Even the bananas have seeds in it. So that's cool too.
So what the kids think about it? What have they done so far, and what I'm saying? What do they think about China?
The little one, she loves it. She enjoying herself a lot. She enjoys everything so far. She likes it a lot. And the other one, she like, hey, this all look the same to me. She don't even see how different. She like, well, yeah, I thought this how it was going to be. She don't have no real. She just enjoying herself. She don't really have a thought about it when I asked her. She's like, what? Everybody can't come here? I was like, no, not really. She don't even have the understanding that she feel like it's just a world that we could just go to anywhere. So she don't really have a real strong concept of that. She's like, yeah, I don't know why people don't come here. It ain't scary at all. So
y'all
yo,
going to the
Taz.
wall tomorrow?
No, we gotta have to plan. We have to plan that because it's like 2 hours away, and there's a lot of walking. So we have to plan that better before I leave. And hey Taz, on the train, mad clean. Brand new iPhone 17 Pro Max. He put it on a charger in the train and walked 2 cars away from it. I was like, wow, that's
Wow.
he let it charge. He walked back, picked it up, and kept it moving. Nobody even looked at it.
So you saying like even like the element of crime is not really a reality?
It's not really
Like
at least the crime that we will look for is not a real reality. Whatever crime that they do is more a local thing that they do to one another where they know who ain't telling. Because you on camera everywhere. But that low level, that robbers, nah, they don't want to go to jail for that.
Is there like a heavier law enforcement presence there?
No, it's heavy cameras. Like every mile, like if you're on the highway, every mile is cameras taking pictures of you. There's cameras everywhere. When you got, and plus you got to squat to pee over here. So even when you squat in the pee, they got a camera up your ass as well to make sure that your pee is right. They let you know if you squatting wrong, you need to go to the doctor, all that. They make sure that your temperature is good, that you're not sick, everything. So they always watching. The squat down the pee thing was crazy.
What you mean?
Yeah,
You saying you
Welcome to
had to do
our
that?
world.
yeah. I'm just
Hold on, wait a minute,
scratching
wait a
my
minute.
head, bro. Like,
Wait a minute,
what?
wait a minute, wait a minute. Are you
I
saying
wait
you
for
had to do that?
Like,
That's
what?
the only way you could. That's the only way you could pee. You got to squat down. It is all the way on the floor. The toilet is on the floor.
Wow.
It's not. It's not. A lot of places, only like the really brand new buildings, they have urinals and regular toilets. But I'm in like an area where like the locals are at, so I'm not in the tourist area. And you go to a restaurant, the toilet is on the floor.
I love it.
And you can't flush no toilet paper in any of the bathrooms.
Is it like a hole in the floor? Because they have those too, or is it the little toilet that's like on the floor, like the little seat that's on the floor?
Yeah, the toilet is on the floor. The toilet is on the floor. So just think of the toilet bowl, but actually
Right.
on the ground.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But yeah, some of them in some Asian countries, it's just a hole that you squat over.
That shit is
Right.
crazy. I was like, what in the hell is this? How y'all got all
All
this
right.
technology? But
Another question for me: Are they really short like that?
no,
Like, are you like the tallest person?
no, I'm not. It's not a short situation. I thought it would be. It is not a short situation over here at all. Not even
I wonder
close.
where
The
that
only
comes
thing over here that is extremely noticeable, fat people really don't exist over here. You only see that in
from.
like really older people. Like older people, you'll see them overweight. But young people, I would say from their face wise, they look like probably 35 and under. They are all in shape, the men and the women.
That's interesting.
And cigarette smoke is a real thing over here too. They love their cigarettes.
Hmm.
So that was really surprising to me. I thought a lot of people was gonna be like really short, but nah. It's the men are actually like normal height, tall, look strong, don't look like a bunch of punks. They do like the color black, like leather.
So are they dressing modern or are they wearing a traditional China garments?
Yeah,
And
no,
are y'all adapting to dress, more traditional like
He
China
said
garments?
name brand. I thought they was in
Yeah,
Gucci
they
out
name
there. Like,
yeah, they name
They
brand down. They are more fashionable than I ever thought. Like they Adidas store is like really high fashion. Like it's not the same Adidas that we got in the States. Even a Jordan 4s, they have a different colorway and everything that I never seen before. So yeah, they really big into the fashion thing. Dwayne Wade is big over here too. He have you see his billboards a lot with that lightning, whatever deal he got with that Chinese sneaker deal. They got his face all over the place. Mm-hmm.
said Dwayne Wade, a nigga who ain't played
Dwayne
basketball in
Wade,
8
Taz.
years. Like, retired and done. Hall of Fame type shit. Like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, but they fresh. I ain't gonna lie, they fresh. They fresh.
What about the entertainment, like the music and stuff like that?
I didn't dive into it yet. That's why I want to see if I could get into like maybe some hip hop and see if they have that over here. Like, is it a secret? I'm trying to figure that part out now. I want to see if
Oh,
I
they
could
got
get.
it.
Yeah, so I want to
They
check
got
that scene
trio
out.
rappers and everything over there.
Yeah. So I want to check and see if I could get into that scene and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And see how it's moving for real, for real. Is it really underground or is it something that's just out in the open? I'm gonna get their version of YouTube and I'm gonna see how that works out for me over here as well. Cause they have a whole different version of YouTube.
Now you got to buy it, or you got to get like a device to do it on.
So that was a great question. Because somewhat I guess to do certain apps, you do need to get a device that is from here, or a SIM card that's from here, I should say. But what I did was I got an eSIM card. So this way I could, use the cashless system and stuff like that. So that's one way around it. You could get an eSIM, electronic SIM card. I didn't even know those things existed.
Yeah, I ain't seen a SIM card about
Yeah, you
10
gotta get
years.
one new country. You get every time you go to a new country if you want to have internet service.
Shit, I thought I just had to pay the roaming fees, Diva. That's what I thought.
Yeah, because when you go to Mexico, your phone just cross over. You don't have to do nothing different. So I didn't know you had to get a SIM card. That's wild.
Electronic one, yeah, you got to get electronic one. It's like when you come to, if anybody do want to come, and I'll let you know all the apps that you need to get before you touch down. So that's where you be already fully prepared. A lot of things you do through your passport. You need your passport. Yeah. Hey, so let me see how many people. All right, the numbers dropped a little bit. Hey, they offered me already a $60 an hour job.
$60 an hour? That's good. Especially as cheap as it is over there.
Imagine if I was actually looking with my credentials and, hey, that's crazy. I don't know what to do with that yet, Ted, but I got to see how that will actually work for me. Because, they have to try to give me residency or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. But that's crazy to me.
Something to think about, though. That's life-changing money right there. Especially if you ain't got to spend it over there.
Right. That's the biggest part, right? Is that I won't be, at least for food and even a nice car if I wanted to. It's $30,000 for a really nice car. I'm talking about a car that competes with a top level Benz. That's crazy. I'm talking about the car compete with the Maybach though, not that's the shit that is.
That's crazy, bro. When you think about it like that, bro, they selling these damn high-end cars here that compete on an average car in some other countries. That's wild.
So how you have a car that's competing with a Maybach that's only 26,000? To me, the phones, they care more about that than the goddamn car.
So what you experiencing in real time is the fact that capitalism is based on exploiting people.
Right. Not the utility.
Right.
Not the utility at all. Because they know if they could keep your attention there and they selling whatever they selling, because man, it's moving. As I dive more into, I got to get some more information though. But this is wild. This is mind-boggling to me how lack of information we got of other places and our thought of how better we are doing when it's either a little bit better some places else's, or I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Cause like I'm in a city where the numbers is like New York, and there ain't no dirt anywhere. There's no garbage anywhere so far.
They don't play.
Yeah.
Do you plan on going to visit that crazy bridge they got over there too?
Part that one is too. That one with the
You want that? You
restaurant
about
on
that
the
one
top.
that spiral?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
that,
gonna try
that
to
good.
check out as much things. I'm gonna try to check out as much things as I can. It depends how far things are, because I didn't know how big this place was. This place is huge.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would be like going to the United States, but
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
just coming here. Like, yeah, like where exactly are you going in the United States?
Shit is huge.
What's wild is we don't have a 300-mile-per-hour train that'll take you halfway across the country though yet.
Right. You can actually feel it. What that's gonna be like. That's insane. So I want to definitely do that. See how expensive it is. Bark. That's good for the first time. I got to get better. I'm gonna get better at getting back to how we normally stream, where I can actually turn my camera on, because I don't know. I feel like I'm frozen this shit. I think is that frozen still?
Moving around, looking crazy. No, now you frozen.
Oh. So I gotta get better with that. And the walkability, a lot of people work out too. Like you see, like first thing in the morning, you see old folks playing basketball and all that outside. And they hoop it out here too, Taz. Take a ball. So that's interesting. Let me read these couple of super chats. Stan Autry, 14.
Stan Autry, 1451. Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Stan Autry, 1451. $2. Check to see if those phones will work in the US.
Ooh, that's a good one. All right.
Stan Autry, $2. Salute to Sharon, PH Diva, panel, and chat. Salute, Stan Autry. Where you been?
Mm-hmm. All right, Diva, you got any fine words besides cursing me out about me not picking the right internet?
What is it? Konnichiwa. How did they buy y'all over there?
That's a great question. I don't know
You
yet.
gotta find out for me.
Yeah, I gotta find that out. You got any last words, cuz? All right, be nice.
Peace and love.
Bye, y'all.
Nothing wrong with being. Let me